Because we have to filter out the nasty people. But I can tell you right now, if you want to be part of the vibes, go ahead and hit the subscribe. All right, we're a little bit late today. By a little bit, I mean a lot of bit. But we are over here today. About to look at a few things. We're not going to be on here very long because I have severely jacked up my sleep and I need to fix it. So we're not going to be on here very long. Plus I have a call at 11. I'm not staying up until 11 to deal with this call. I'm going to get some sleep. I was struggling in the poll precinct training today. Struggling. Okay. Hey. Alrighty. I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to do some admin type of work, like making clips out of my videos. I'm so behind on all my videos. Because we cover so much. So it's like there's so much buried in each video. And it's like, I kind of got to clip them up a little bit, help people find stuff. But it's not like YouTube actually pushes my videos out anyway. I barely get views anyway. But it's all good. It just makes it easier for me to find. Oh, oop, there goes the chills. So let's do the chime so we can get right into it. If you are new here, I am not doing personal readings. Okay. Just makes me feel better. Makes me feel calmer. All right. I'm a little out the loop of what's been happening today. It's been a semi-busy day. I know we said we were going to read on Marie Comey today. Is that her name? What has she been doing? Because, y'all, just because we don't see them doesn't mean they're not doing anything. It just means the algorithm's keeping them away from us. Okay. Oh, her name is Maureen. Why did I write Marie? Marie. Ooh, child. Did y'all hear that R. Kelly literally had the nerve to try to get his little self commutated? He's serving 31 years, not just for, the thing that the chief has done with little girls, but he also created CSA videos and stuff like that. So, if anything, let him get it for that. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm a 90s baby. Kinda. My teenage years were in the 90s. So, I'm kind of stuck on 90s music. It's been really hard to extricate this guy's music from my life. But I've done it since 2002. I haven't played any of his songs since 2002 when I first heard about there being a tape with a 14-year-old girl. And I was like, okay, I remember exactly what I was doing when I saw that breaking news. I was watching the Winter Olympics, the X Games. And this was 2002. This was pre-Facebook, pre all of that. So this was like TV. And I was like, oh my God, he did what? And the fact that it took another 20 years before he got locked up, that man needs to count his blessings that he got to experience another 20 years of being a ghastly monster. I'm sorry. I just can't get with that. But I do want to read on that because I hope they have something else in the back basket in case he does get a commutation. Because considering his case was still going on, no, that was the Diddlers whose case was still going on. The fact that boy, the men he hurt, but no men really stepped up. Like, oh my God. Because the community would rag them for being his victim. But the men he hurt. And then other people would be like, oh, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. And I'm kind of other people because I wouldn't do that for that. But you also don't know these people's situations and how they got caught. And one of the things he liked to do was spike a drink as well. So, and the devastation, like, we won't get into it because that's an energy I do not want to have. But I do want to read on if he will get it. So there's that. And then little Boosie, whatever his name is. I just know him from the INDEPENDENT. That's the only song I know. I think that was him, right? He's looking for a pardon. Dude, you are on the outside of the world, and it's not like you're trying to get a job at Kroger's. Like, do you really need a pardon? What would you need a pardon for? And then the fact that he said he paid $600,000 for his pardon, I was like, oh, you were never going to get one. Because in 2020, those things cost $2 million. Did you really think 600,000 was going to get it? Mm-mm. So I want to see what's going on with that because they're trying to pretend like they didn't know. Let's see, what else is there? So Maureen Comey, we'll look at her. Now, y'all know, for the last two readings that we tried to do on Toddy Waddy, we got both times that there would be a delay. And lo and behold, there was a delay. Homeboy got really delayed. All of a sudden, Tom Tillis, or whatever his name is, was like, you need to meet with the survivors because this is not a good look. And so, fast forward a year, he's finally meeting with the survivors on day 2 of his confirmation hearing. I heard it didn't go well. And I don't know what they expected. This man literally gave Jizzy Club Fed. Like, what did they expect? Did they expect he would be on their side? What the hell did they expect? Anywho, that's a good question. I'm going to ask that question. Because, first of all, some of the survivors are questionable in the first place. And I'm not victim shaming. Because I'm a survivor too. There are some that are something questionable because they keep other people silent. They keep other women experiencing it. Ooh, we're going to do what lies beneath with them. They keep other women silent because for there to be 1,000, at least 1,000 victims, and we're looking at what, 16, 15? And other victims are saying that they were told to be quiet. So, yeah. Something's sussy there. Okay. So, survivor meeting. Like I said, I heard it didn't go well, but we'll see. What else is happening? What I told you about Cushy baby. Cushy baby is in trouble. Because apparently we said Ira was watching them and Ira was following the money. We also said the Butcher Prince was doing it too. But Cushy baby is in trouble. And Ira went and complained to Shady Pants. But not because they thought Shady was going to do something, but because they needed it out there. And Ira was like, okay, so they made $9 billion off of what we got going on these last 4 months. They need to give us a cut. All right. Okay. Let's see what that about. What else is happening? We already talked about Micro Pete. I think we're going to give him a new name. And it's really funny because other readers, not other readers, other content creators I saw today before we got on just now, other content creators were, somebody said the same thing. They were like, I think he's making this new rule because he's the one doing gender therapy with testosterone. Because other people were, I think Libby actually made a post in her post section that was like, I think she asked AI or something, does testosterone make your face puffy? Here's the thing, I know about me is I don't really notice people. So it's so funny. Like people be like, oh my God, T-Rump looks bad. I was like, he looked bad 10 years ago. So to me, he just looks bad. And so people are talking about how Micro Pete, I'm sorry, that name is sticking now. That name is stuck. It's up and it's stuck. Micro Pete. Because if you don't know what we're talking about, we had looked up Histler yesterday because Histler had some kind of gender affirming care as well in the 1930s, 40s. In fact, synthetic testosterone was kind of created because of his micro situation. So, obviously, this is little man behavior. Anyway, I forgot where I was going, but we're going to keep rolling. It's day one of the cycle, y'all. My brain and this med is not working well together. That's some team MI, but that's what we do here. We're community. We're family. We're friends. All right, Micro Pete. Okay. Oh, yeah. So other creators were talking about that too, about how they think he must be receiving it, and he's doing this to either make sure that the government pays for it, but like also to hide his. There's a reason here. Hold on. On one level, there's the superhuman thing that we talked about, the soldiers, transhuman soldiers. But if you're going, see, one thing about these people, some of these people, is that they're reactionary. So the fact that he's all of a sudden making this policy about this, somebody got word. Somebody knows. Somebody blackmailing. Somebody's about to tell. Somebody has this information. Okay, so I'm going to just put why, and we'll read on why. Why? Why? Tell them that it's human nature. Okay, so now, speaking of songs, I was looking back in our videos yesterday. I'm sorry, as I was trying to cut some of these videos down, because 3 hours is a lot to ask somebody to watch on a replay. I mean, you might want to do it because when I do cut these videos, I'm cutting out a lot of the extra stuff, like the community building stuff. However, the Georgia song with Gladys Knight and the Pips, I was like, why am I singing it? Why am I singing it? Why am I singing it? Well, today I saw, or yesterday, I keep forgetting we're in a whole new day now. I saw the whole Ossoff and Warnock thing, right? That they're trying to, oh, this is fake. Oh, but then the China thing. And so then they're like, China, but only for Georgia. And I'm over here like, why just Georgia? I know Georgia's a swing state, but seriously, what's the focus of Georgia? So I want to get into that. Why are we focusing on Georgia? Because is Georgia the only one with a black leader? And I'm not talking governor, because Fannie Willis was over it. And they went after Fannie, and the new person he put in the third circuit or whatever kicked it out. The case that was supposed to happen, something happened, basically. So that case against his RICO or whatever it was they were charging him with got kicked out. But why particularly Georgia? Why only Georgia? I don't know. Let's start there. But because what I'm recalling is that he asked for a very specific number with that phone call to Georgia. And he's on recording. So it's like, dude, like, you literally messed it up. And apparently Ossoff only won by like one vote. Hey, beautiful. Um, why only Georgia? Let's start there. We're going to do this one more time. Okay. Because we are asking for protection. We're asking for wisdom and guidance. We're asking for messages only from the highest sources, the highest power. For me, that would be God, because I'm a God's girl. We're asking for only messages that are for our highest good, because we're not doom scrollers over here. And we're asking for the guidance, direction, and the wisdom. And that protection. Don't let Lindsay come up in here. Amen. Amen. I'm not ready to talk to Lindsay. I am not ready to talk to Lindsay. I don't know though, but I'm going to tell you, something about Lindsay is pulling me and I don't like it. Y'all know I don't like to have empathy and compassion for people. But there's something about Lindsay that is pulling me. Okay, fine, freak. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write down Lindsay. I'm not trying to go to the mediumship with Lindsay. I'm not. But I got a feeling he's going to interrupt. Not today. But I got a feeling he's going to interrupt us very soon. Just like how when Ivana took over our reading. And when John Lewis came in. And when... That's really funny. People compared John Ossoff to John Lewis today. Or yesterday. Because I think he took over because John Lewis died. I think that's why he was able to get in. Okay, you made me grab these, so let's get to it. Why Georgia? Why? Why Georgia? Okay, so we got 3 cards that came out. 4. Is that it? Oh, hold on, one more. One more? Is that it? Okay. Woo, y'all. I have only seen one of these cards. This isn't a new deck of cards, but I've, read a couple people with these already. Oh my God. Speaking of readings, if you'd like to book one, y'all know where to find the information. It's in the description. And if you're going to want to chat with us and you have any political questions that you want to get over, you got to be a subscriber. Okay, so just hit the button because I got to filter people out. All right, so here's the thing. The first card that came out was the poison, right? And this is I think we saw this card yesterday, but the poison card. You see that poison card? I'm asking why Georgia. Okay, so this says the toxicity you ignore is the dose you're choosing to swallow daily. Why Georgia? Now, here's what I will tell you. Georgia's been questionable for a while. We talked about it a little bit yesterday, but Kemp was the election supervisor a few years back, and he didn't recuse himself from that position when he was running for governor. he had a very heavy thumb on how things took place during that time. Well, fast forward to counties in Georgia from 2020 and 2022 and 2024 coming up very suspect. You can Google it. Google Coffee, Georgia. Google Cobb, Georgia. You know, Fulton County, Georgia. Okay, like I was literally there when the orange guy went to prison. Not prison, but went to court. That was like one of the last years I was there. And so Georgia's been ignoring their very questionable practices for a good minute. So I'm going to take that to kind of mean that one there, because Stacey Abrams should have been in. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Totally not a joke. She should have been in. Especially that second time she went for it. Everywhere I looked, it was Stacey, 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 Stacey. And one thing that Stacey did that these white people have not yet done in America, she kept holding voter drives. So she was making sure people were signed up. She was making sure people saw her in the community and didn't just sit behind Twitter and on TikTok and just thumb thugging in the comments. She put foot to ground for some real action. And on top of that, Atlanta was second Hollywood. And Hollywood, for the most part, tends to be more self-preservationist, right? So they would not have voted for the guy who thinks an ad about threatening some teenager with his gun was a good idea. So Stacey should have had it, basically, is what I'm saying. But anyway, it was just so questionable. And like literally, if that guy had not refused to find those 10,000 or 11,000, whatever the number was, that he called, we would have been so much worse off, because we would have had a guy who was still relatively healthy. Oh my God. We would have had who he wanted to be. Like, oh my God, it would be so bad. And they were expecting him to have a back-to-back run, which is why they waited until, the whole thing got squashed about the whole challenge of the contest, before they did their little wars over there across the water. Like, Vodka waited to do Yuki. They waited to do the Afghanistan thing. They waited. Ice Reel waited until this guy was not there, because they had planned to do it while he was there, and they would have had his help, but they went ahead and did it later. And if you notice, they waited until he got permission to be back on a ballot, because they were challenging that. They waited until that. Anyway, so that's the poison. The toxicity you ignore. It never should have been ignored, man. Okay, then the second card that I saw was the Hive mind. Look at this. It almost looked like a Georgia skyline. Okay, so the Hive mind. Your original thought was the price of admission. Now you pay rent to live in someone else's dream. This is crazy. Hive mind is when you don't get to have your own thinking, your own thought. You just follow in the footsteps. Why Georgia? There's something coming for Georgia. There's something big coming for Georgia. Oh my God. That reminds me, the speech tonight. Last night, the speech. I saw it. I saw glitches all over the place. Okay. The Hive mind. The Hive mind. What are you trying to do? Okay. We'll just look at all of this and then we'll read on it, and then that'll help me further understand. So then we got the gaze. So the gaze is the monster was the guard. Oh my God. The monster was the guard The treasure was the door it was blocking. The key was your unwavering look. The monster was the guard. Why Georgia? The monster was the guard. The treasure was the door it was blocking. Why Georgia though? Why Georgia? Because he could have went after any other state, right? Or is Georgia the only state that would have gave it to him by itself? Maybe he would have needed two of the other swingers, and Georgia's the only one that can give it to him by himself. I feel like there's something right here, and I just can't get to it. Why China? Why Georgia? Why Georgia? Because China was not the only people in here messing with stuff. It was China, it was Russia, it was Era, it was everybody. Israel. Okay. Persona. You're not living a double. You're not living a double life. You're performing a single life for two audiences. Okay, who's the second audience? Them and the you that watches. Oh my God, hold on. Them and the you that watches. Why do they want Georgia? This is definitely speaking to a foreign entity. This is bothering me because as I think about Georgia, I think about the dream that I had where they were basically marching black people out of the city, out of Atlanta. Similar to what they did to the Giza and the Lebanon. Okay. I think this is the biggest clincher here is the dividend. The dividend. So the dividend, because you see all these Richie Riches around the table, right? Thank y'all for the likes, by the way. The dividend. Your exhaustion is someone else's asset. Your burnout pays a dividend on a ledger you'll never see. Your exhaustion is someone's asset. Your burnout pays a dividend on a ledger you'll never see. If you're burnt out, that means you're very close to losing. So they got something. They have something here. They've created something or they have something. Because they're waiting until now. Oh, yes. Oh, okay, I'm getting chills now. They created something. Because the Tulsi stuff happened in March. We are in freaking July. That gave them plenty of time. And she just left last month. I feel like she refused to do whatever they're doing. Okay. Let me add her here. Oh my God. There's something huge. Okay, let me start here. Are they going to be able to topple Georgia for the 2020? That's where I'm going to start. Why Georgia? And this is showing something here with these what lies beneath cards. There's definitely motive here about changing the way people think. But that dividend card really sends it for me. Okay, which card are we using? Why Georgia? Which card are we going to use? Why Georgia? This, that's the becoming cards. Which card are you going to use? Where are they? Cupid doesn't matter. What is that? Why am I singing that song? Is that for somebody out there? Cupid. Was it 112? 112 lyrics. I'm going to look that up. Cupid doesn't lie. You won't know unless you give it a try. Oh, somebody thinking about... Oh my gosh. And then I picked up the love cards. Okay. So we'll just roll with it. So the song Cupid by 112 in 1996 is when it came out. And the chorus, which is the part that was just coming to me, is Cupid doesn't lie, but you won't know unless you give it a try. Oh baby, true love won't lie, but we won't know unless we give it a try. Okay. And then I'm being led to read this part, so I'm going to read it. Girl, when I ask you to trust me, that doesn't mean that I'm going to cheat on you, because I'm going to never do anything to hurt you or mislead you. I love you. All right, so this is a quick love reading for somebody who is going back and forth about whether or not to keep trying. And I think this is for a guy to their love. Okay. Okay. Cupid doesn't lie. This doesn't feel like a new thing. This feels like something that's been back and forth. This is weird. This doesn't happen during my political readings. But I'm guessing somebody out there who's listening and not in the room has this question. So basically the answer here is don't be afraid, right? So it says here, the right person won't make you guess. And to me, that doesn't mean this person isn't a wrong person. To me, this means that you already know the answer. You already know that they are the person that you imagine in your future. It feels like you have something to apologize for. And it could just be a nonchalant attitude about like, because I got a feeling this person went off to college or something, like left early because something was not happening with you. But it feels like they left. And it's like now you realize you should have said something. And what you said was not what that something was. In other words, you shouldn't act like, oh, I don't care. You should have let that person know you do care and that you want to work things out even during time. So this is saying they're waiting to hear from you too. So suck it up, make the call, and apologize for acting like you didn't care. But also, don't rush anything because you got to be working on you in the meanwhile. So this says, use this time to work on yourself. So even while you are apart, use this time to work on you, because I can guarantee you, if she's gone away to school, you better not be the same person she left when she comes back, because that is the quickest way to getting your feelings about a person who's getting better than you, because you didn't take the time to get better yourself. So this feels like a young person, but not too young. Like, honestly, this person feels like they're in their 20, early 2021. Maybe the girl is. I don't know if you are. But it is imperative on you to reach out and to let them know how you actually feel. Don't be scared of getting hurt, because again, the right person wouldn't make you guess. Trust your intuition, trust your spirituality. Don't trust the thing that stands up every now and then. Okay? Trust the real stuff, the thing that's within you. And if it's saying, this is her, okay, cool. That doesn't mean you have to rush things, but it does mean you need to start being honest with her, with yourself, with your feelings. And while they're away, you better be working on you too. You better learn some skill. You better learn something. You better do something. You better learn how to be by yourself too. Anyway, whatever that is it gone? Okay. Now, what deck was I looking for? I have not touched that deck in a long time. Oh, I was looking for these. That's so funny. I put my hand on it now. Okay. For some reason, you were telling me these. These? Okay. So the question was, well, it was why Georgia, but I think this is shifting for this particular deck. Will they succeed? Will they succeed in toppling Georgia? Let's go there. Will they succeed in toppling Georgia? Will they succeed in toppling Georgia? Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Will they succeed? Why do I have Dora the Explorer? Come on, you can do it. You know there's nothing to it. Or something like that. Where are we going? Please don't say that means they're going to be successful. Okay. All right. So this is definitely Trojan horse. Knight of Cups. Now, I did see it land on its side. So this is going either way right now as we come into this thing. What's on the bottom? Ooh, the Hermit. Okay. I kind of like that, because that's isolation. That is not being part of the crew. So I kind of like that. Especially we're talking about this Trojan horse trying to pretend, oh, national security. But you're focused on one state. That shit don't make no sense. So this is saying it's not going to work. Good. Nobody's going to believe you. Good. Nobody does believe you. Great. All right. So that's where we're starting. Will they be successful in creating whatever this portal thing is? Okay, this is a narco coolio plan. This tells me who it is. Narco coolio. You know what's really interesting? Oh, snap. This is fortuitous. Hold on. Let me give you the energy of the beneath and the split, y'all. The beneath is the devil in reverse and the sun in the upright. So again, the devil in reverse. You see how we go from, oh, that makes some sense. How we went from that Knight of Cups, and a Knight of Cups is the romantic knight, the Trojan horse, like he tries to woo you, love bomb you, whatever. So you see how the devil is playing. He's like, come with me. Nah, baby. All right. So she's released from that. She's not under his spell. And Georgia is definitely a female. Okay. So that feels good. The sun here is saying there's exposure. Ooh, and the Three of Cups right underneath. Oh, this has something else to do with this file. This has something else to do with the files. Because the Three of Cups are my pedo clients, basically. The Jeffrey's clientele. Usually in my readings. And it's so funny because I was like, why are these cards coming out for Toddy Waddy? And then I hear about Tillis making that stipulation. You have to meet with the survivors. And I went, oh my gosh. Okay, that's where we're going with this. All right, so there's still something here. There are some unnamed ladies. Look at that. We don't see their faces at all. So we have some young ladies. Not young anymore, but we have some who haven't before come forward. And they're creating a very strong front of support for each other. Okay. So are they going to be able to topple? This is the question I'm asking. But it looks like no. It looks like this stuff still gets in the way, and Narco gets seen for who he is, for his machinations in this whole thing. Hey, beautiful. That is interesting. Hold on. I'm trying to see if George is going to topple. And I don't think so. I think other things are going to happen, right? Because it's like the devil has the whole world in its grip, which it does. Like everybody's economies have gotten. 1 second, babes. Y'all let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Let's see. He might have sent me the email I was looking for. Let me know if you can hear me, because I'm not going to keep talking if you can't. Ooh. Ooh. Let's talk about that in a second. Okay. Let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, tap the screen, like the screen so I can see the hearts and we can keep going. I don't have to wait for you to type. Tap it for me, please. Let me know if you can actually hear me. Because if you can't, I'm going to have to get off and start over. Okay. I think I missed the hearts. Hold on. I'll check for myself. Because I am impatient. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Perfect. Okay. So, again, it's really weird. I don't think they're going to have a chance for it to happen because I'm looking here at the truth being revealed. There's Excalibur. I think this means we're probably going to see something from overseas. So that's the Ace of Swords. And I say overseas because I'm getting an impression of the UK, but it doesn't have to be the UK. But it's definitely a foreign entity that has the truth. And if you see the sun is breaking through. The light is going to shine through. And this right here is the chariot. Things are in motion. And so kind of what I'm receiving is that whatever their plans, they're not going to be able to see them to completion because something else is going to intersect. Like I'm getting like almost like a tackling, you know, like I don't know if y'all remember those Office Depot commercials or Office Max commercials or whatever, where they would have, or maybe they were insurance commercials, I don't know, but they would have people tackling, like they'll be in the office and they'll talk and then some football player would come and tackle. That's what it feels like. It feels like they're making their little moves, chugga, 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 and then something's coming out of the blue. And this flew again. So it is a huge reveal that is going to intersect, oh, and with evidence, that is going to intersect what they have planned. There's something really big in motion. That's why they're moving first, because something really big is in motion. The heck is it? What is in motion? Wow. Whoa. Something really big is in motion. Oh, yes, it is. Whoa. Okay. First of all, y'all, I got tens. These are completion cards. 10 of swords in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. 10 of Pentacles sitting right here. And the Last Judgment. That's a double 10 because that's a 20 card. Whoa. And then the other energy here is Strength card. And I just saw what it's going to be. So it is going to deal with the files. Okay. There's the Six of Cups. There's the children. It's an international problem. But the files. And also, I'm going River of Styx. I think these mother suckers are going to mention the death. Because River of Styx and the Five of Cups and the Emperor in reverse and the shady shit they did to hide it. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. There's that Knight of Cups in reverse and there's the Hangman in reverse. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm receiving other things. So it's like, oh, snap. This is going to be really good, y'all. Because, listen, let's go again. So the Ten of Swords. This is about light at the end of the tunnel. This is about the rebirth after the betrayal. And because this is including the international community who has felt betrayed, this is going to be like a lion's roar, is how I'm receiving it. And that was a strength card too, right? I don't know where strength card just went. Oh, right here. So this is like lion's roar. If you notice this strength card, she is aimed. Okay. That bow is cocked, is loaded, it's aimed, and her gaze is unwavering. Bruh, when I tell you this feels really good, that's why they're moving so freaking fast. What does it do? What does it serve him? Because he's gone. by the way, in case y'all don't remember. So I'm trying to understand, what does this serve him for Georgia to fall? I guess that's the next question. Yeah, so there's the Ten of Swords here in reverse. That is like, yeah, like the betrayal is underwater here. It's so funny because it looks like water, but it's a cliff. Okay. So this is the Ten of Swords in the upright, right? So it looks like, the tree, the big knowledge tree has all the stabs in it. Again, Ten of Swords would be betrayal, right? And a death, which we did have. Like, I mean, our Constitution has literally, it's holding on to a single synapse, right? But in this reverse, it looks like water reflection. So it's like giving it to me as like water under the bridge sort of thing. Like, this is like, we got other things to do, is how it feels to me with this particular thing. Is like, again, this would be, what's the word? Again, light at the end of the tunnel. This would be like, kind of like getting up. Oh, the threats over the beach, ma'am. When I heard what Petey Pooh said, I went, oh, snap. That's not right. What's the plan? I'm like, are you trying to train people? Because it's happened more than once. I was reading, it was more than once that was happening. We'll get into it. I didn't really dive deep into that. I just happened to see the one part. They were like, the jets flew so low that they kicked up sand and dirt. I'm like, that's not normal. That's not what normally happens. And he's like, yes, and it's going to keep happening or something. And I'm like, listen, I can't. Let me just say it. I rarely ever say the N word. I rarely ever do. But this crime syndicate has me mentally calling them that over and over again. Because it means an ignorant person. And it don't get no better than that for them. Okay, anyway, because I just said it in my head. Like, okay. Anyway, so, yeah, light at the end of the tunnel. This is the mercenary knight, right? The Knight of Pentacles often is the mercenary knight. It's the one that's being paid to do the work, being paid to get the order across, whatever. But I'm seeing it in reverse. So this feels like this stuff right here that he's trying to do, especially with the VOTESs, that he's trying to collect them and trying to, and I say he, but y'all understand that he is the energy, not the actual man, because that man is not breathing. Okay. Especially because I got three cards that back that up. I got the Last Judgment. You see them giving up the ghost, right? So the Last Judgment. I got the Six of Swords. You see him crossing the river of Styx, okay? And then I got the Five of Cups, which is the Minor Arcana Death card, followed by this dude right here, the Emperor, which is what he had been reading as for most of my cards when he was alive. And the three most culpable people who are in a line of succession: Narco, Shady, Petey. Other people, of course, But these three have been doing things that have gotten the world in trouble. There's a Queen of Pentacles here. Exactly. Last night, or whenever, we read about Ira having the information on them, Ira doing the studies about them. Look at this queen, how she is just inspecting everything. This was the card we had got with them, was the Queen of Pentacles, and we had also got the Ten of Pentacles. So we got this Ten of Pentacles right here too. Y'all, there's so much evidence. I feel like whatever this is that's going to intersect what they're planning to do in Georgia is going to make people feel hope again. Because I'm telling you, this aim is steady. It does have to do with the files, like I said. But everything that they're trying to do is going to be put on pause, is going to be stagnant. Look at this Two of Swords and the Knight of Wands and the Four of Swords. Because again, there's his Death card. And speaking of Death card, here it comes again. The Death card and the VOTES manipulation card. Okay, so this is what we're talking about mostly with Georgia, is that Georgia is also a high human trafficking area. That airport is an international airport. It is high for that. I'm getting that right now. Okay, so let me say this. Notice now, mind you, I didn't watch this guy talk, but the thing he was supposed to be talking about tonight, was about John and Raphael and how they were illegitimate. That was supposed to be the conversation. We were set up for that to be the conversation. There were posts about it, tweets about it, truths about it, whatever it is about these particular people. There were an attack about it, right? So that was supposed to be the thing. But what ended up happening is they did not get Todd confirmed in time. Some people, and I told y'all this was going to happen with this one, like these leaks here, these leaks from likely people within the agency made it to the bench. Well, whatever it is for Congress. Because there's the world. That's putting a kibosh on it. So the fact that he did not get confirmed, like he did not get on his road to confirmation, let's put it that way, which was JUSTICE, that ended. And it doesn't look like he's going to get it. Now, mind you, anything can change tomorrow. But like they're pushing his confirmation would be a straight up spit in the face, and I don't see it happening. There's too much evidence in the reverse here, and that's why justice is going to be served, and I think he's not going to get it. Yesterday was a little wishy-washy, but look at this. That world is incomplete. A hangman again, so he's going to be paused again. There's just too much information out here. Too much information coming from within that's out here. And there's a conscience. These people are looking at their own, by conscience, I mean career. They're looking at their own career, and I think people are understanding it's now or never with this Ace of Wands here. And they recognize that this is a Trojan horse. They recognize, and it's funny that comes up again, they recognize that this is a Trojan horse, that he is the bridge to the rest of this destruction. Because as head of the DOJ, he would prevent anybody from stopping them. They already have the Supreme, they already have the Kongs, they already have every other branch. He's literally the last pin. Because then he can override whatever the judges say. The third court, the smaller judges, he can override that. And people are doing the work. They're researching, and they know this man is death for the rest of us. And them as well, with a treason card. And they're going a different way. They want something new. Now, some do feel trapped, and they do feel ambivalent, but this Knight of Wands came back, and this Five of Swords is here. I think they're going to put up the fight that they need to put up. There's something here about Shady. Page of Wands. Why did they go to Shady? Why did they go to Shady? I'm sorry. I'm in a whole different place now. This feels like he's not going to get confirmed. The delay has happened. We'll have to watch for things because, y'all, we're in a very slippery time right now, energetically speaking. And from what I understand, there's some big astrological energy. I'm not into astrology like that, so I don't know. But what I do feel on a spiritual level is we're in a super slippery time. Super slippery time. It's like literally, which timeline are we on? Because it's shifting and changing. As we talked about yesterday, there seems to be this rollout of timeline shifting happening to different people at different times. People are like, I didn't do this, or I did this, or I talked to this person, or I saw this person, and wait, this person wasn't. Things are shifting. These are not Mandela effects. These are literally different timelines. So we're in this weird flux right now. But right now, it feels really good. Yep. Four of Swords. That man is gone. He's gone. He's out. And they're not letting us know. Okay. Anyway. But that's the thing. The other countries know. Are they going to tell us? Hold on. Are they going to... Is the foreign nation going to let us know? I don't know which one. But are they going to let us know? Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Because yes, they will. Holy shit. Y'all, the ones that hit the table, again, I shuffled. The Last Judgment has come back. And the Strength card. Look how they have this arrow trained on it. Yes, they will. This was their last straw. This is their last basically this is their T-Rump card. You know, like if you're playing spades, this is your big joker. And they've been saving that big joker, trying all these other little things. But no. And here's why I also said that. This is the Petey Poo card, Six of Wands. Because he's not stopping, they're going to stop him. Because nations are in big trouble, given that this spontaneous war started, screwed up everybody's oil, and affected everybody's food. Nobody worse than us, by the way, because we got people feeding us fake food, like, and poisoning our water and letting diseases take over our fruits and vegetables. Like, it's literally a third world country over here, fourth world country over here. But there's a victory here, not Pete's. These, because the question is, are they going to let us know? And look, Five of Cups, the Death card, right behind it. They absolutely are, because the sword of truth is here, and they're going to be letting us know about this treason that has been happening. The Ten of Pentacles comes out again. This is the information. This is the drop. This is everything. They're going to share it with us. They're going to let us know that that N word is dead. Okay. And they have a partnership with that. And I see this message, the eight of wands. This message is going to come fast because this queen brought her butt back. She finna tell it all. When I say new world order, baby, this is like new world order shit, because this is the star and the two of pentacles, then the five of pentacles. The star feels like we are talking about ICE real, and how we've been partnering with them, how our money and our values have been very intricately woven with them. And yeah, it's time to stop that. How it has caused poverty for everybody else. No. So the Hierophant is upside down. There's the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands. Listen, when I say they have intelligence on us, this is a Mickey Ficky for real, because you got narco and shady back to back right here, followed by the High Priestess, which is the high agenda, because they know about the death. They know. And you got the Hermit, who has been doing the studying. This is why I say they have so much intelligence on us. The Hermit, who has been, this is their Trojan horse. You notice all the little shit they've been doing, like, come to the G7, come to NATO. Oh my God, aren't you so amazing, Mr. T-Rump? Knowing damn well that ain't him. They putting out AI shit too to try to pretend like things are happening, but they're making the deals with narco or shady. Like, why would Ira contact Shady and say, hey, the Cushes are trying to make $9 billion and we want our cut? Why would they do that? I know he's supposed to be over fraud, but why would they do that? And those countries have created a partnership. That's why nothing has slipped out yet, because they're like, we're going to get what we need. They did the MOU. The ICE real was not playing that. So they tried that. They tried the little NATO thing they just did. You must stop with Leba. They're not doing that. Now it's been, 6 days of straight boom, boom, booms? Okay, keep playing. So now, you done made them wake up. Now, they're about to spill the beans. Because there's a Six of Cups here. They're going to spill the beans. They're going to be doing something unnatural, not unnatural, but uncomfortable. They've been sitting on it. They've been weighing it. They're going to do something uncomfortable. Because here's the thing. What I'm seeing in the back are these two things. Is the Ace of Wands again. This is personal power. This is courage. This is standing up. And then I'm also seeing the burden of this information, the burden of this message, but also the burden of this unprecedented event where your allies got to tell on you. This is weird as shit. Like, this does not happen, but it's going to. It is definitely going to. It is definitely going to, because there's the Six of Pentacles in reverse. They're about to shift the way this information is getting out. And then there's the Page of Pentacles. This is being in a new place. We're going to be learning some new shit. But also, we got the Five of Swords. This is going to cause a conflict. And you know what? Here comes the Fire Horse. They're with it. Because at this point, you're costing their comfort and safety. This is very interesting. So I started that question off with, will they be successful with Georgia? The answer is a very clear no. Very clear. because it's as if the other countries will not let that happen. And I don't think it's just people that won't let it happen either, y'all. But we won't get into that. 'Cause this is an absolute treasonous event that they are trying to pull off. And it's not going to work. They're trying to pull it off, and it's not going to work. And what's going to happen is it's going to backfire on them. And the American people they thought they can count on are going to be the very people riding against them. So, again, why Georgia? I'm going to go back there because I know why him. I know why they're trying really hard. And I mean, like, damn, can you choose a worse man? That's not the word I said in my head. But could you choose a worse man than this man who'll do anything for money, but who also proved that he lies? Like, I know lawyers are called liars, right? Because that's like literally the joke from a long time ago when the thing became a profession. But like, dude, like you lie about stuff you ain't gotta lie about. And that's when people get pissed, you know, because why would you lie about something you don't have to lie about? Like this whole, who won? And this is why they keep asking that question in case people are like, oh, why are they asking that? Because this is the linchpin right now. We are literally at that point, that juncture of, are we saving it or are we surrendering? This is where we are right now. Where was I? So, because they're panicked as shit. Hey, Monica. Not much. Anyway, the Four of Wands is the White House card. It is in the reverse. I'm telling y'all, they know. Because look, closing in and Five of Cups in reverse. I mean, not Five of Cups in reverse. Five of Cups, Minor Arcana Death card. People are closing in. People are closing in. They effed up when they challenged these people's primaries and kicked them out. So now you lost some loyalty from some of your GOP. Something's up. What is this big old thing besides them coming and telling us the things that some of us know? It's funny that fell out. It's the Emperor, Emperor in reverse, the Hermit in reverse, and then the Ten of Wands. But let me put them in different places. Hey, Becky. Hold on. We're going to get to that Jets question in a second. Becky, can we meet later in the day? I see that we have a Saturday meeting. Can we meet later in the day? Where was I going? What was this question? What was the question? What was the question? Oh, yeah. That's why they keep asking that 2020 question. Hey, Angie. Okay, perfect. We'll talk and decide on a time. Because I'm taking my kids to the museum in the morning. So it doesn't end till 2. Anyway, what was the question? Y'all, that was a crazy reading just now on the Georgia thing. Hold on. I don't know. What was the question? Okay. I don't know what the question was, but we just got 4 major arcana about it. What was the question? Was it still Georgia? I know it's you, Angie. I'm just going by, would you prefer Angela? Hey, beautiful. Okay, so here are the majors. Y'all saw that shuffling and shit I just did. We have the moon in reverse and the Ten of Pentacles. The secret is fin to be not only revealed, but like rain down on me. Okay, then we got the High Priestess and the Hierophant with the Page of Swords. That's a whistleblower. And wherever they're trying to steer this ship is going to be stuck because it's coming to an end. And we're going to get our freedom in a different way, but it's going to be a fight. That's the part I'm kind of scared of. Like, what does this look like? What does the fight look like? Because you know we got some rabid racists. And we have some accelerationists who don't want there to be any kind of government. And they're like drooling, salivating. What does it look like? Do they all just get to tuck back into the woods where they train each other? Or is this a real thing? Brother against brother. What does this look like? Because we have a Wheel of Fortune card here in reverse. This is a karma card, but it's also a different thing. What else? Oh, hold on. There's another meaning to it. Oh, it's tucked in my other thing. Oh, no, it's right here. Let me see what this says. Where's my other book? Wheel of Fortune is 10. Bad luck, disruption. Disruption. There we go. Disruption, delays, powerless. Exactly. I'm so special. Okay, and then there's the Eight of Cups, people walking away. Okay, so I'm not too worried now about some of the wood people, but there still are the accelerationists. There still are, I mean, if we didn't have this racism stuff, we'd be fine. Because that's part of the diversionary tactic is the attack on black people and Hispanic people and Muslim people and everything, because that keeps the divide and it keeps the attention away from things, because now there's grief to deal with, now there's rage to deal with. So if you're focused on that, you can't focus on them. That's the thing that they're doing. What are we talking about here, though? Okay. All right, you're shifting me to Maureen Comey. So let's look at Maureen Comey real quick, because I got a feeling she has something to do with this. Where has she been? Where have you been, Maureen? But she been real quiet too, boy. And she's the one who had all his stuff together. Excuse me. Unlawful dismissal. Okay, in April, judge allowed fired prosecutor to bring wrongful termination. Okay, so she's suing. A month ago, DOJ lawyer claims in court. What? Okay, so she's currently locked in a case. In May, she alleged she lost her case solely because of who her father was. All right. So she's been in a case since April. So what else is going on with you? It's interesting. I take this out and I see the sun. So there's something coming to light about the emperor. Yeah. There's that temperance card again in reverse. I'm telling you, the spirit world don't like things being out of order. All right, what's going on with Maureen? Maureen. Whoa. Ooh, Five of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, so I guess she's an Eight of Pentacles. I thought she would have been like a Queen of Swords or something. Because we have been trying to figure out these queens when they show up. Um, do, 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 do. Puppy power. Her birthday is August. She's a Leo. She's fire energy. August what? It just says, oh, they don't give a day. How does she not have a day? It just has a year, not a day. How do people do that? Take all that information off of the internet. Because I want to do that. Oh, she was on that Diddler case. She's only 37. Oh my God. What's her actual birthday? She's either a Leo or a Virgo. Either way, those are two people you don't want to piss off. I don't know. If anybody finds her birthday, let me know. Anyway, she's his eldest daughter. Wait, what is Comey? What is his birthday? Oh wow. He was a seventh director. Okay, he is a Sag. He's December. So what's a Sag? Is that Earth energy? Or is that, no, that's fire energy, right? Firepower. I don't remember. Okay. Because I have a King of Pentacles here. That's why I'm like, who is he? Anyway, so I will say, she's the Eight of Pentacles, which is interesting. But at the same time, it fits her, right? Because she worked really hard. At 37 years old, dude, she had some big jobs. And I'm sure, nepotism was part of it. However, she still had to deliver the goods for that. So, Eight of Pentacles, hard at work, very diligent. Oh, so she's working on something else too. And she's trying to get her case done, but she's working on something else too. She wasn't fired just because of her dad. Because there's a King of Pentacles here, and the Orange Man was never a King of Pentacles. And then there's a Five of Cups here, and then Escape of Judgment here. I feel like she had another case that she was getting ready to try that dealt with some of these people. And they wanted to escape judgment because she got fired pretty fast. I don't think that's it. Yeah, because there's a hidden agenda here. You have the Three of Pentacles here. You have the Seven of Pentacles. She got Pentacle energy, meaning she got the proof, the document, the values. She has serious Pentacle energy. She has Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, and she would have been victorious at whatever this was she was doing. She was going to be victorious. So there's the Knight of Swords that would have sent the police after them or the agents after them. The Queen of Cups, the Magician. She's so good at her job. It was very interesting. Um, and they had to make sure they disrupted her. She had another case that was either newly assigned to her or she had been working on. Yeah, King of Swords. That is. Did she work with um Jack at all? Because Jack is usually my Knight of Swords card in the upright. Don't wake me up. Oh, girl, that makes sense. Yes, okay. She was on the epi thing. Okay. That, oh, chills. Yes, that makes sense. And she was about to get him because she had the goods. Oh, yeah. At 37, that chick is bad, dog. When I say bad, at 37. Wow. Outstanding AG. I don't know. I mean, we got a couple of ladies that can go up for that job, you know? But this chick is intelligent, hardworking. Like you see, Eight of Pentacles was her foundation card. Okay, so what is Maureen about to do besides just this lawsuit? Because I got a feeling Homegirl was working on more than that over the last year. Mm. Woo. What card is that? Tower power. Tower power. Oh, she knows some of them knights. She knows some of the people who've been moving the monies. Why did I immediately get Howard Ludwig von Drake? I just made up a last name, but it's somewhere around there. Especially because she was on that Epps case. And Howard is known as the laundryman. I know she's on a new thing, and that new thing got something to do with, look at the faux faux faux. Girl, she got a faux faux faux. It's going to be a real value meal. She's on a new thing, a new journey, a new spiritual awakening, and it's coming for that House of White and that Emperor that is no more. 444. She has her sights on bigger things, and it's not just the firing. You could almost read it as the firing, but I'm getting the restoration of harmony and balance. The judgment is here. She's going to get all three of these mofos. Baby, we got the High Priestess over here. She ain't playing. There's a death card. Oh, wow. And the moon, the secret card, and the kids. She's a nightmare. She is definitely a nightmare. That juggling that they have to do, and her strength, and her purpose, and their future. And she's just on her journey. Like, this is just the beginning of her journey. And her journey is not over. Because she's coming for him. Oh, my God. She's coming for him. Bro, this girl got it. She got it. She got it. She got it. It's so funny. Because I'm getting that Justin Bieber song, It Just Won't Go Anywhere. So I just keep hearing, don't wake me up, 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 up. Yep. She in that bop him on the head era. She coming for him. The emperor. She's coming for everybody in that energy. Oh, yes. The goal. The goal is right there. Put them in prison for their abuse of power. She will be a dog like Jack. Yes. And she was SDNY. Oh, she can't stand that boy Clayton then. Oh, no, she can't. She cannot. Clayton is a betrayer. Clayton is a betrayer. Ooh. And it looks like he's not going to be victorious. Victorious we are. We are. They're not going to put him as DNI. Oh, I didn't read on him. Are they putting him as DNI? Am I doing these? No. Okay. Those? Yes. Okay. Will Clayton be DNI? I mean, this cord is annoying, but it is just the best mic is a corded mic. Will Clayton be DNI? Will Clayton be... Interesting. We got two kings here. Does that mean the law is going to get to him before he is? Will Clayton be DNI? That's interesting. Because DNI would be intelligence. Okay. Will Clayton become confirmed as DNI? Not acting, but permanent role. Nope. Okay. Will Clayton become DNI? Will Clayton become DNI? Ooh, that's a no card. That's the eight of swords. Feels like he'll be lucky if he doesn't go to prison. Because the emperor is that energy with him. And there's a nightmare here. He got a lot of sword energy, so that's the intelligence. I think the intelligence is saying he should not be DNI. Because we got this nine of swords, nightmare. So yeah, the eight of swords is a no card. It's in the reverse here though, but it's like he's trying to get the opportunity and then it goes into a nightmare. Queen of Pentacles, they got the goods on him. They got enough information that he should not be there. Because there's a hidden agenda here. There's the devil attachment. Like this Queen of Pentacles is trying to protect us from them. Because here's a karma card saying, nope, he's gonna get that for whatever deals he did in the dark. Okay, something's about to come to light. Because there's a Five of Wands here, and to me this feels like a moving on card. And then there's the King of Swords, which is saying, nah, we got the truth, we don't need you, goodbye. There's a Seven of Pentacles. That's the only Pentacle card, isn't it? Other than the Queen. Yeah. No, there was a 3. Okay. Something he has been waiting for. I feel like this is... Okay. I'm getting bribe. I feel there's a bribe here. And they're just waiting for him to get in. Because there's something they've been waiting to do. And it's going to be his job to make sure it gets done. The messaging. But there's a breakup of the lovers. There's him being put out to the pasture for 4 swords. And then us celebrating him not getting in because there's a 4 of wands. The the power. This is somebody in Congress that's like, hell no. And the messaging is going to go fast, and he's not going to be victorious. He's not going to get his wish. Yeah, something's going to be revealed, and it's going to be something, we'll just say heartbreaking. They want him over the Lindsay thing. Who is he? He worked in SDNY also, but who is he? Child, this ain't gonna wash. Because that's the Emperor in reverse, the 5 of Swords in reverse, the Empress right after, and she ain't playing this game. And then you got the 8 of Cups, the 5 of Cups, the Page of Cups. No, no, no. And then the 10 of Swords. And then a weakness card. And one of these chicks in Congress is like, hell no, this ain't happening. And the truth coming out. Okay, something's shaking bacon with him. I don't know much about him, but something's shaking and baking about him. And yeah. Oh yeah. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. That's the end of that career. Did they confirm him? Oh nah. There's the devil and the 3 of Swords again. That man would, if they confirm him, he's leaving in shame, because I can see him stepping down if they confirm him. But there's that weakness again. No, something here. There's something kind of explosive that's got to do with his dealings, like who he was in the past. And justice is coming for him. And they're going to make sure, they're going to do their best to make sure he doesn't get it. Because we got 2 pages here. My whistleblower page, and then the one who's going to deliver something. Because we got endings. We have the 10 of Cups in reverse. That's no, you can't sit with us. You're not invited to the table. We got the 3 of Swords here, and then we got the Sun card. Something ain't happening for him. And then there's the Minor Arcana Death card. Something ain't happening for him. Because these queens don't want him. They don't. Has anybody come out against him? Sorry. Don't wake me up, 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 up. Don't wake me up, 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 up. Intel pick won't tell Congress whether Orange orders subpoenas of NYT journals. Why are we back in the McCarthy era? Like, this is so weird. Every single fuck up this country has been in has converged in these last 2 years. Like, we literally have lynchings going on right now. If I see a burning cross. What? It feels like a woman's coming. That's why I'm like, I'm looking. It feels like a woman is coming. There's something about a woman. I could be wrong. Hey, girl. Thank you for the laughing disco gift. appreciated. Okay, but that means Comey was working at the SCNY. There's an end coming for him, y'all. Like, it just is. Because there's another queen. That's the third queen. Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords, and Queen of Pentacles don't want him. They don't want him. Don't wake me up. If he gets in, he's stepping down pretty fast. Like, basically, it's going to be a revolving door. That's how these things are about to go. Exactly. He's not moving forward. They're saying you can't pass go. I would love to see them say no. They haven't done it yet. Hey, boo. Oh, okay. Something about a relationship he's in. Y'all saw me do all that shuffling and they came back. The Magician and the Justice. There's evidence coming, y'all. And it's like a woman who's been sitting on some news. She's about to come out and say some shit. And I think it's going to tie him to something foreign as well. If he gets in, I'll be surprised. But if he does get in, it will be revolving door. Ah, that makes sense, Biggie. But I think something else is coming through. I feel like something else is coming through. And remember yesterday, y'all, I told y'all, I said Grassley. I told you I heard this man saying Grassley name. And I was like, what? And then next thing you know, I look at this about his hearing because I didn't want to watch it. And what does it say? Grassley said, you did a good job, Todd. I think you performed admirably and showed this country that you are eminently qualified. What? You should be proud of your performance today. Grassley. Grassley. Why are you proving me right already, baby? Grassley, why are you proving me right already, baby? I don't know what you trying to hide. Hey, Ladybug. I don't know what you trying to hide, Grassley, but listen, it's going to find its way out. Because it's going to find its way out. She's just deciding how much can she say without getting her in trouble because she's not really on the up and up herself. You know what I mean? But she don't want to see you there either. I don't know if it's, essay situation. It could be, but it feels different. It feels more like a foreign friend when you shouldn't be. Remember, he had a whole bunch of pentacles. So, money, brown bags, stuff like that. Oh, that justice is coming for him. Look, y'all saw me shuffle. She's coming for him. You saw me shuffling. When I say that chick coming, my chick bad. Yeah, she's coming. My chick good. My chick do stuff like your man wish he would. Okay, that was that. Okay, let me look up exactly what this man said about them doggone jets. I'm going to look up exactly what he said about them jets, because he tried it. Okay. My chick do stuff. There's so much urgency, and it's weird, because, how are you urgent about stuff you don't understand? I don't know. I just feel a lot of urgency. Heat, jets. What was it, the Blue Angels? Was it the Blue Angels? Blue Angels? Was it New Jersey? I don't know what it was. I forgot. I glanced at it so fast. Okay, it was the Blue Angels. Okay. He refuses to back down. He seemingly doubled down on the Blue Angels flyover. It's weird. Okay, now I'm connecting because somebody made a post yesterday that I saw where they were like, calm down. They do this all the time. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I didn't think about it again. I'm sorry, hold on. Um, I just read a thing, that says Queen Camilla is a non negotiable in Prince Harry's reconciliation with King Charles. I don't know what that means. Okay, anyway, so Pete said, okay, the Navy Blue Angels performed a lower than standard flyover just above a crowd. Oh, it was Pensacola. I don't know where I saw New Jersey. Flinging sand and objects into the air on Wednesday. Pete then addressed it in a post on X because that's what we do, stating that the Blue Angels will not back down. That's weird because Blue Angels are usually the ooh ah. After beachgoers were taken off guard by the low altitude, a Navy flight demonstration squadron known for their aerobatics, right, took to the sky on July 15 as part of their annual Breakfast with the Blues event that kicks off a week of aerial shows. Every year, thousands migrate to Pensacola to watch our hometown heroes perform. But during the well-attended event, one jet in particular flew shockingly close to the crowd and zipped just over people's head. Why would you do that? Though some beachgoers told local news outlets that the flyover was thrilling, even if unnerving, the footage quickly sparked online discourse about the potential danger. Adam Kissinger, a retired Air Force pilot, this is not safe. I'm all for low passes, but seriously, this is too much. Oh, wow. And then in 2002, a Ukrainian air show had the same type of thing, but they clipped the ground and tore through a crowd before their fighter jet exploded, injuring several hundred and killing dozens, including numerous children. It does feel like a setup. Isn't that weird? It really is feeling like a setup, not just, you know, we need a tragedy apparently, right? It feels like a setup. If you don't know what I'm talking about, neither did I, so we're going to watch it together. Oh, hold on. All right, play. Damn it. I'm not going to do this. Why won't you play? Okay, you know what? I'm going to find another place to watch. Can I just watch it from your article? Hold on. That was low. It could have crashed in Pensacola. Can I watch it here?
These are the Millers.
I did not care about no
They just
Millers.
discovered the sweet sound of earning and saving money on Vinted. Thanks to free shipping, they spent even less on their daughter's toy drum set.
Did anybody
By
see it
selling
from
something outgrown with zero fees, they earn.
what do you call it? Several different. Hold on, I'm gonna look this up on YT. Did anybody see like several different? What is the word I'm using? Several different point of views. Hold on, we're gonna go to YT with this. Apparently, I'm still talking. Don't make me. Don't wake me. I don't know these words. I'm not a Justin Bieber fan. All right, let's watch a short. Is that the one they're saying is too low? Oh, this was the quote. I did not understand this. The flyovers will continue until morale improves. Wait, how does that register? That I didn't understand. That caught me off guard. What do you mean, this part? I mean, it's in writing. Until morale improves, they will continue. This feels like a threat, but not to the people, but a threat to the uniformed people. They will continue until morale improves. What the freak does that mean? Oh my God. I swear, I hate the comment section sometimes. Oh, I wish I was there. This is what I wanted to see. If I wanted to see 1,000 feet, I'd go to an airport. Anyone notice the only people bitching about this are in the media? America. The Navy grew a pair. Nobody seemed to be hurt. I mean, I finally approve of something Hegseth actually said. What did he say? Wait, is he a pilot? I don't know. Hold on. Let me see something. I wish somebody would talk about it. Oh, okay. This is a different point of view. Okay, your daily dose of salt therapy. Wait, come back. Whoa. Nah, that's crazy. Oh no, that's crazy. Oh no, that's crazy. That's worse than the place in the Virgin Islands. That's crazy. The other angle made it look a little further out at sea. This right here, that's crazy. Oh hell no. Oh hell no. Sorry. God to mighty no. Hold on. Pilot most likely going to have a strong conversation with their superiors. Rules exist about how low and where they can fight. Pilot most likely going to have a strong conversation with their. There have been horrific crashes in areas of spectators. Oh wow. There's a reason they're restricted from attendance areas. Ramstein Air Show. The Navy reviewed their maneuver and determined it was totally lit. That's crazy. I'm absolutely positive that was the lowest flyover I've ever seen in my own eyes. And I've seen a lot of them. Exactly. Okay, this is what I was thinking too. This person said, exactly, I was thinking that was AI. That's why I'm like, did y'all see it from different angles? Because I want to see it from different people, but this is ABC. I want to see it from a non-news network. I don't trust the news networks. And then his answer was weird. And there's a channel that says your daily dose of salt therapy, but that doesn't mean they were the person in attendance. Plus, our enemies create pages also. Has anybody been interviewed? Do you know? Oh, fuck no. I'm sorry. That scared me. Oh my God, no. Oh, sorry. That one scared me. Right? It sounds like a threat, right? But to whom? It will continue until morale improves. Whose morale? That sounds like an internal speak, not a until the people's morale. Like, You're not talking about the people. Hold on. See that one? Hell no. But you do wonder if it's AI because you haven't seen people from the beat. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Did anybody see from a non-news network? Because we never seem to be getting stuff from people. And look how perfect that sun is in the cloud. Now, mind you, though, it was a beautiful day in Florida, so. Exactly, Nicole. Look at, wait. Oh, Nicole, you know I'm going to have to check these phones, right? I'm not going to do this now. I got to do this later, but you know I'm going to check phones. Wait a second. You know the drill? Okay. It says John Austin, but it's through ABC. Probable people wanting socialists and not this. Okay. Now, this is like damn near perfect pause because, like, how am I able to read these? But look at the letters on them. That's kind of weird. But anyway, but again, they're saying it came from John Austin. I don't know. I'd have to go look for him and see if he exists for real because some of these people are AI. Damn. I would shit my pants, like literally. Like tents are flying? Are you serious? Okay, this is supposed to be John because you could tell from this point of view it should be him. I'm gonna check out his page and see if he's real. I mean, it might be real. These are some pretty good hands, but yeah.
Have you ever been broke? Have you ever been broke?
Wait, I should have more of those things. Video courtesy of Where News. Okay. Again, that's a channel, a news channel. Oh hell no. Okay, Grim Reaper. And why was his response so slow? Anyway, man look like Freddy. Freddy having a Sunday. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna have to check that out later. But let's read and see what it is. If I get an Eight of Pentacles, an Ace of Wands, or a Magician in the reverse card, you already know what it is. Because all these shorts, and I'm not seeing them actually from people. It's from channels. Okay, why am I singing Thriller? Hold on. This person has 2,000 views, but they have 80,000 subscribers, 19 million subscribers. Yeah, no. There's no regular subscribers on here. All right. I'll have to look at that later, see if I can find it on Tiki Tiki Tavi. Because it's only news sites. Only news. And they're swearing it comes from somebody else, but they're all news sites. Yep, I don't see any normal people. No normal people. Okay, so, I mean, that might be more likely on TikTok. Did y'all see any normal people on TikTok? All right. Well, let's see what we get. What are we reading with? These? Those? Ugh, that's weird. Why are we reading with the villains cards? Well, let's see. I haven't read with the villains in a minute. Hold on. Let me clear off my desk. Well, let's start here. Let's start with what lies beneath. What's happening? What's beneath this? Ooh, the lie. Hello? Look what card came out. The lie. The foundation is a fiction. The stability is an act. It will collapse under its own weight. What was the point of this? What was the point of this then? Shit. Energy underneath. Landmine. It says the battlefield was years ago. You lost. Ouch. You lost. Now you're just living in the minefield of your own memory. Does that explain Petey Poo? Petey Pape? And then he got hive mind also. But the lie hit the table. So let's look at it and see what we're getting. What cards did you say? Villains. Whoa. How the lie flew out. Y'all saw it. It just... Let's see. Ace of coins. Okay. That's a yes card. What's the question here? Did it really happen? Did it really happen? Page of Cups. It's not answering a question for me. Shmi does whatever he's told. Page of Cups is my narco card. Judgment in reverse. Justice right there. That's not answering shit for me right now. Justice. Judgment. Page of Cups. I'm ruminating on that morale part of the statement until morale improves. What the fuck did that mean? Let's start there, actually. Let's back it up. Tell me what that means. We're going to keep doing it. It's a weekly show. What do you mean you're going to keep doing it? I mean, it's not a weekly show. Isn't it just a 1 week thing? Breakfast with the Blues or something? I don't know. I don't know what this is. So, okay, Ed Wizenot Aviation. Why did he just post his just 10 hours ago? Is it because people were complaining? Oh, this is somebody else's video. You know what can happen? Literally, we can just look at different videos and see if the people are the same. Because there's a bridge here, so you can use the bridge as... Why are these people so black? I'm sorry. Let me show you, because I don't think it's a black person. Now, mind you, I seen somebody on South Beach that looked like leather purse. But look at this person. Do you see that hair? Posted proof that. And they said China did it. Now it says Russia did it. I gotta find the proof of the post then. Um. Oh, we gotta look at his video real quick before I get off. But anyway, so these are not black people, from what I can tell for real. Like you guys are looking through my phone, but they're not black people. But they are so burnt that they look like black people. Wait, does that kid have a mustache? Oh my goodness. And what's with the Barbie hair? Oh my God. I don't know. I can't judge anything because this is computer. So, me looking through a phone at a computer. But hold on. Let me back this one up. It's really sharp. Now the person whose page this is a guy. It's an aviation thing. So I can't really go by it. And again, there's that perfect sun. So they have the same perfect sun angle as the other person. That's interesting. I mean, but it was a beautiful day today. This is what I mean. Like, we could line it up and look at the other ones because that's the same damn bridge. And then you see how burnt these people look? Why are they so well done? It's interesting. I don't know. Like, right now, I assume it happened. Because, like, why would they fake this? But the response is what made me go, yeah, lost your damn mind. Why is she celebrating, like, so late? I don't know. People are weird. And then you don't know how to hold a camera. That's the other thing that be getting me. Is it never knows how to hold a camera? I don't know. Anyway, so let's actually read on this. So the lie is what flew out for this. This is weird. What is the point of this what is that morale statement? Five of Swords. There's a fight coming, bro. What is the morale statement about? We're going to keep doing this until morale improves by Petey Poo. We're going to keep doing this until morale improves. There's that Five of Swords again. And Page of Wands is narco. When I said there's a fight coming, it's because I saw the Five of Swords. So y'all just saw me shuffle and it still came here. What's another meaning of Page of Wands? Delays, rebellion. I told y'all the uniforms were rebelling. I told y'all the uniforms were rebelling. Okay, what is that morale statement? There's Pete. Six of Wands in reverse. Death card. Whoa, what are we talking about? Government in reverse. Moon card. Ace of Coins. Eight of Cups. Yo, what's happening? What is he distracting from? the hell is he distracting from? Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Maybe it's not a distraction. What are they trying to do? Because the death card is the one that hit the table. Are we talking false? The false vendetta? There was only 2 times in life that we so willingly went to war. And both of those times were when we were attacked. 2001, 1941. There's an 8 of Swords here. And then there's a Moon card. Who's morale? Who's been feeling trapped? And you're trying to what the hell, bro? What's the secret? Something's not right here. The Empress. And the 8 of Swords in the upright now. What is the morale about? The 9 of Swords. Okay, there's anxiety. I'm telling you, they know something's coming. I'm not talking about what they're going to try to get. I'm talking about the stop. When we read earlier about Georgia, because some of y'all are just not coming on. When we read earlier about Georgia and Todd, and this whole thing with that dead guy, we got an intersection, a really big linebacker style intersection. King of Cups, 9 of Wands. And I don't know if it's the EO, because the EO still has a heartbeat. But the 9 of Wands is showing that they're not going to topple us. And that is Georgia holding. There's something... Okay, I think I'm asking the wrong question. If y'all have a better way to ask it, let me know. Type it below. All right, let's get it. It's crazy. Now I hear the Kelly Price song in my head, and it's just saying the chorus over and over and over again. Where it is, there's something that you must know. There's something that you must know. And that's what I keep hearing. So there's something here. There's something that you must know. All right, first of all, it's a lie. So, what was the lie? What is the morale? Whose morale? If I see a knight or a chariot, this will let me know. There's a King of Swords. Why I said the knight or the chariot, this let me know. Okay, we are talking about the uniforms. There's the chariot. We're talking about the uniforms. We're talking about Scar. Mind you, it's King of Swords, and this is usually a good thing, but we were specifically given the villain's card for a reason. So this is Scar trying to rule. Something he's not equipped to rule. Trying to order people when he doesn't do anything himself. Then we got the Ace of Cups, which is an affirmative card of this. And the Ace of Cups is, I think they're trying to do a New World Order type of thing. I think they're trying to get these It's almost too ghastly to think about. And to get people caught off guard, I think they do want to create a situation where, oops, it was an accident. Because the death card is here again. There it is, the death card. The death card and the chariot. The Nine of Wands, the wands pointing at your back. This feels like an attack on the American people itself. That's what I'm seeing. And, wait, hold on. Yes, because one of those weirdos just said they're going to increase the terrorism level or something about the domestic, like, come after us again. Which one said that? Was it Narco or was it Miller? Something about, who was it? It might have been Miller. Dinkelberg. God, he's so fucking ugly. I'm sorry, he's so ugly. Yeah. Narco and Steven. Military.com. Whoa. They have now called us the enemies of civilization. We are a fatal cancer to civilization. Narco and Steven push left-wing terrorism crackdown on enemies of civilization. Both of them have urged global action against far-left terrorism, raising concerns about ideological profiling and politicized enforcement. I can't believe they wrote this article. This article says there is a threat to the U.S. beyond adversaries like China, Iran, and Russia, and it's coming from one side of the domestic political aisle. This is literally on this website called military.com. This must be a MAGA website. It says, and then it says that's according to Secretary of State. It didn't have quotes. It didn't say any kind of attribution. It's just how that article just opened. They're trying to build an international campaign against transnational far left political terrorism. It's called the Ministerial on the Resurgence of Political Terrorism. Narco argued that left-wing extremists can raise money, communicate, recruit, and train in different countries before attacking elsewhere. You mean like do what the Americans do? He said, counterterrorism policy has developed a blind spot towards violence from the political left. They're making it global, so you don't realize they're making it domestic. They grouped communists, anarchists, Marxists, and anti-capitalists into what he describes as a movement driven by hostility towards Western civilization, calling its members enemies of civilization. How are we in the 1950s again? Who's McCarthy? Which one gets to be McCarthy? McCarthy, who was on the take and who thankfully died early. I don't think people understand the gravity of this shit. I don't think people understand the gravity of this shit. You cannot let this go unanswered. They describe the leftist broadly as driven by envy, hatred, jealousy. It is so deceiving. The sun. And then we're talking villains. So this guy was an absolute villain. The crab from Moana. He's like, I'm so shiny, look at me. Meanwhile, he's saying all this pretty stuff while he's trying to eat Maui and Moana. That's what we're hearing. We're hearing pretty stuff like, oh, we need to be protected. How is an entire left the enemy to pedophilia, to corruption, to Queen of Swords, and then a bad judgment call? Okay. Morale of who? This feels like a threat to the military. Now that came from Narco, but also Miller has said it. So there's a blitz happening then. Ministerial on the resurgence of political terrorism. Ministerial. We don't have ministerial things in America. That's not us. We don't have ministers of. That's not us. They're being very, very sneaky. Seven of Swords. Very sneaky. Trying to put on a shoe that doesn't fit them. Because that's the villain from Cinderella. Okay, so they're back to this enemy shit. Fascist playbook. Okay. Is this going to work? Is this ministerial shit going to work? I don't think I want to work with these anymore. Four of Swords. That's a hell no. Scar falls down. He loses. High Priestess. The hidden agenda will get out. Scar loses. Scar loses. All right, so you're talking about the morale. Are we talking the morale of the uniformed men? Are you talking about the morale of uniformed men? Was that a threat? Was that a threat to the uniforms? They don't have the uniforms on their side. We got the tower. The priorities are not there. They're not in alignment. So this is a threat to the military. But how? How is their flying low a threat to the military? Are you... Okay, because what I get is, there's a secret again, and that tower. I think, I think they're planning to September, the day after the 10th, to the American people. You'd be sitting on the beach like a dumbass. Yay, look how close the plane is coming. And then all of a sudden, oops, plane hit you. You're dead. Oh no, it's a great American tragedy. And China did it. Or Iran did it. Now we must go to war. It's sneaky. It's a sneaky strategy. Got the moon and the seven of swords. They have a plan to September the 10th plus one, the American people. And they're threatening the military with it. Is that what you're telling me? Absolutely. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Three of Swords. The thing is, the military ain't falling for this shit. That's the devil in reverse. They're not falling for it. In fact, they got their own plans. Okay. Feel better. Because I look at this here, the Five of Pentacles, and I immediately hear a gospel song, which was Count It All Joy. In other words, they are counting up every grievance that has been done to them by this weak ass testosterone and whatever. And it's going to come to roost. Because the Four of Pentacles are on the other side, and the Five of Swords follows that. They have choice to make, and I think the one they're going to make is that their oath means not following the people in charge. And I think they have the permission to not do that. They got the power. Ace of Wands. They have the ability to throw those rules in the garbage. Eight of Cups. And justice is on their side because these are illegal orders. I'm sorry, the gravity of this is crazy. We got King of Wands. Okay. I mean, the good thing is it's not going to happen. There are three kings here. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. We know who those people are. We have the King of Wands, though, in the upright. This is, I want to say, I just thought of, like, for instance, the ginger guy, right? Is it Jolly Ginger or something like that? The Knight of Wands are the vets. They're in reverse. They no longer feel like they're supposed to be listening. The World card is in reverse. So whatever the F they're planning is not going to happen. Because the Cups, King of Cups is here. The Ten of Cups is here. I'm glad to see it. Yeah, being used for political, yeah, exactly. It's being used for political posturing rather than serious defense. It's not about defense. They don't have the mills with them. Like the Lovers here are in reverse. They're making shit up, including AI shit. But this stuff, these actual soldiers, nightmare, burden, and secrets. They're meeting on their own. Some may quit and not coop what they've been working for, but truth will come forward. It's just twisted, man. Like, you just don't think people are this sick. Like, they should only be in textbooks or, you know, things that are long ago, but you're watching it happen in real life, like right now. Yeah, it's people don't understand. You have to pay attention to the words folks use. We'll keep doing it until morale increases. Morale is something about your workers, your employees. It is not something about the people in the country. Morale increases. Why would they be feeling moralish? Whatever the word is. I think it's obedience increases, not morale. That's what they're trying to do. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse, Page of Pentacles in reverse. They're getting paid for this shit. These are the AI people. These are the crypto people. But there is a whistleblower who is tearing up shit, who doesn't give a F. And they are military people who don't give a F because they're tired of seeing the US look this way. Then you have the King of Cups and the sword, Ten of Swords, and the weakness of this all. This is supposed to be here to block us from this betrayal. And so far it's been pretty weak because either nobody knows where it is or nobody's executing it. And if you think about it, the 25th should have been called. And that's not being executed because the VP is scared as shit. He could call for it. There's something not happening for a reason. The Hangman in reverse. Things are being stuck, stagnant. The High Priestess. There's a hidden agenda here. The Knight of Cups. This lie that they're trying to push forward. This new offer that is really going to hurt us. Temperance, though. Temperance is enough of the extreme bullshit. Judgment is coming. And it's going to be the files they can't shake. Because these people are going to be revealed. There's the Eight of Cups here. Because people are going to be walking away. That's the thing. The heaviness I feel is about the intent. But I also have a lot of hope sitting in here because the cards are saying this shit ain't gonna work. I don't even think what he's trying to do is going to be executed. I think they are psyopsing us a lot with AI. I'm not sure if that's real or not, but I do know a lot of the shit they're doing is psyopsing us with AI. Are we actually hitting IRA 6 days in a row? I actually don't think so because the quality of the video they're showing is fisherman shit. And the majority of those were AI. They're doing a lot of lying. A lot of lying. Allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. That man is gone. He's not here. And this is why everything is so disjointed. It's not because he's throwing a tantrum. Oh my God. He's not here. Everything you've seen is AI. Matter of fact, take a look at this. We're going to look at a clip of his speech from tonight. A clip, because I can't stand even the AI version. Hold on, I got to close some windows. Watch me. My mother had hip surgery, so she's like a cat wearing a bell. I hear her in her little thing. Okay, hold on. I hate looking up the White House because I don't like them having my search. Okay, streamed. And people are like, it was streamed live. Please stop being dumbasses. Nothing streams live if you don't see it with your eyes in front of you as well as on a screen. Anything that is streaming where there's no real people is a recorded video. Okay? This is streaming live. You can tell me your name and I'll read it for you. That's live. This shit is not live. They turn off the comments so you don't say anything. Then they're late. And then it's always fuzzy. Hold on. I'm going to try to see, where was that clip I saw? Why are we talking about transgender? Why is that even in this transcript? Okay. Well, now you're like learning like the majority of these Republicans would be transgender in a heartbeat if they could. Like, it's crazy. I think they're so obsessed because they want to be them. Okay, we pay the lowest prices. I'm trying to find that one part of the conversation because I saw the clip and I was like, hold on. Like, Biden stayed in his mouth. I swear he's gay. This guy's so gay, he keeps men in his mouth. Excuse the crass joke, but it's not even a joke. Americans deserve to know when they cast. Oh, okay. Is this where we get to the China thing? What the hell was that? What is that? It's not doing it again. Hold on. What is that? Okay, it's not a reflection. What was that? It's not doing it again. So that's not a reflection. I don't know what that was just now. It was like waving, but it was with light. Sorry, I'm so dry. That's weird. I'm like, is it my earring? But it's not. Wow. Okay, hello to you too, I guess. I don't know. Hold on. I'm trying to find the thing. Okay, I'm announcing immediate declassification and release of critical intelligence, which means anything that you see is bullshit. They took 4 months to make it up. Starting tonight, there have been gathered by the Transparency Task Force, which means the obscure task force. Everything is opposite. It's opposite day. It says you can see these on the whitehouse.gov. Don't go to that website. You will be tracked. Okay. I don't remember what the exact words are, so we're just going to have to watch a clip a little bit. Hopefully I find the place where it, more Americans working before inflation. He wasn't talking about inflation. We paid the highest. I think it's the minute he starts saying something about China. Trump accounts. You know, the only people who get their names on everything are either dictators or dead. The Venn diagram is a circle. Crime is plummeting. That's not what he was talking about. Powerful military. That's not what he's talking about. I built this my first term. Okay. Major challenge. Without free and fair elections. You know, I wish people really did get lie bumps for lying. It'd be cool to see their tongue covered like herpes. Tonight I announced the disclassification of critical intelligence. Maybe that's where it was. All right. Hold on. Let's see. Ouch. Let's wake it up, 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 up. Oh my God. It's Justin Bieber staying in my head. All right. So, oh, I think it's this because I think it's, and then he's using words he's never used before. And by he, you know, I'm talking about an energy. I'm not even talking about a real person. But like, I'm looking at the transcript. Hold on. And you can see the transcript with me. These are words he couldn't even pronounce because they're $5 words. Catastrophically? Like this composition of words, even if he was reading off a teleprompter, his 4th grade reading comprehension and intelligence would stumble with this. So they're talking about doing a federal system where you can't do that because it's by states. All right, so where's the tonight? I think this is...
Tonight, I'm announcing the immediate declassification and release of critical intelligence, revealing shocking vulnerabilities in our election infrastructure. This evidence shows that the
Okay. Hold on. Oh, oh, oh. All right. Let's see if I can find the exact spot. I don't think he was talking about the election yet when I saw. He wasn't talking about crime. Let's just go to the beginning.
Good evening. Before we begin, I'm proud to report that our country is safer. To report that our country is safer.
Hold on.
Stronger and far wealthier than it has ever been before.
Okay. You probably can't notice this, but you really need to look at it yourself. You can put it on mute, but you really need to look at it yourself. Because, okay, first of all, it's fuzzy, right? But he looks like a cutout. It's just really interesting. He looks like a cutout. And then he looks terrible. I know I said in the very beginning, I don't know what terrible means, really, when we're talking about people. But, I mean, the eyes are beyond puffy. So this is just... And then they're so dark. Like the blue-eyed person he is. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we can get to the glitch. I don't remember where the text was because I was watching a quick TikTok and I can't remember the speech.
Are doing great. Less than 2 years ago, we inherited an economic and social disaster after the worst inflation in 48 years.
Wait. Hold on. So he was 16 minutes late at that?
And far wealthier.
Okay.
And far wealthier.
Y'all. Oh my God. They AI'd y'all so bad. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, you. Hello. Hello. Okay, I want you to see his mouth. That's why I'm zooming in. Hold on. Is that my computer? It's got to be my computer because I don't think he has a Janet Jackson mole. Hold on. Okay, that's me. He does not have a Madonna Janet Jackson mole, okay, guys? Oh, that's funny. All right, watch his mouth for a second. You see that? It's so undefined in here. Look at that again. And then he opens with a smack. Okay. Now, again, real quick, look how fuzzy everything is. You have the highest office in the land. It should be the sharpest thing in the land, but it's not. It's fuzzy. Okay. Look at his mouth.
Good evening. Before we begin, I'm proud.
Hold on. I'm gonna slow it down, but I'm not gonna do that.
Our country is safer.
Look at how weird the mouth is. Did you see that? You didn't even see teeth. All you saw were lips for the word wealthy. That's not right. Look at that. Look at that. You have been AI'd once again.
Good evening.
Oh, look, his lips are weird.
Before we begin, I'm proud.
Oh, his teeth just had 2 layers.
To report that our country is.
Now he has a tooth in front of 2 teeth. Like, look at this tooth. And then there's 2 teeth here behind that 1 tooth. Interesting. You have been AI'd once again.
Safer, stronger, and far wealthier.
You see that? This is wealthier. Wealthier. Y'all say wealthier without showing teeth.
Clear than
Uh-huh.
it has ever been before. We are doing
Interesting teeth we have here. Because we're doing great.
great. Less than 2 years.
Notice his eyes don't move. So he's not even reading. So the eyes don't move. And he's just making the same exact little head tilt, head this, head that. I can't remember what the clip was that I was watching. However, it was definitely like glitchy. Don't go by phone to computer, but let me show you something else here. You can't see it that well. Or maybe you can. I don't know. My screen's just dark. I don't ever have it light. But you have red bleeding into this blue line. You have a red haze bleeding into this blue line. You have been AI'd again. Okay.
Years ago, we inherited
Look, he has a clump of teeth again. Like a whole clump. Either that or his tongue is so thrushy that it's white.
an economic.
Oh, dear God, he's British. I'm sorry if you're Brit. You're on here, but y'all got some jacked up teeth. Oh my goodness. Look at this. When did he get a little baby tooth? Ew. Oh, dear God. Oh, my stomach hurts. Oh, I hate teeth that are dirty,
And
even when they're fake.
social disaster.
He's not.
After the
And then people are like, oh my God, he's breathing out his teeth. They prompted that.
48 years,
And then people are like, it can't be AI because I would know. That's why you fall for the other AI stuff? You're so good at knowing? Okay.
borders with millions and millions of people pouring
Hold
in
on.
from all over
See how you just
the
keep
world,
losing his
including
teeth?
criminals of all types. And
Did you see how his mouth just stayed like so blurry? Oh my gosh. Y'all have been AI'd again. Oh, that's beautiful, baby. See, AI still sucks. But it's getting better. But there are still tells.
wide open borders with millions
Now watch how blurry it is in here.
and millions of people pouring in from all over the world, including criminals of all types, and
Look at all that blur.
11,888 murders.
Right? TV picks it up well. That's cool. I don't know. My kids watch YouTube on TV. I don't have a TV. See, they've gotten very good. Because a lot of times, I'm going to show you. A lot of times, this is what they mess up. They're usually messing up this bird. So they got this bird really sharp. They got him real sharp now. Like, he's so freaking detailed, and he's usually not. If you go back to some of their old ones, you would never see the bird this detailed. And then they got the E pluribus unum. They got that right. I think they watch my videos, though, for real, because I do complain about this a lot. So now they finally got this right. The talons, the number of arrows, that's finally right. They're getting the stars to pretty much look uniform. And they usually don't. So they have greatly, greatly, greatly improved. Like, it even looks like there's texture to the flag now, which they didn't really have before. However, there's still, and you can't really see this. Well, I don't know if you can. My screen's dark. But the bleed is right there on top of this. So that's still messy. So I wish I knew who was looking because I would block them so seriously. And then you see how much they paid attention to the detail of the seal, because I usually get in their ass about the seal. But these hands are still fuzzy. And his shoulder's still super fuzzy. I don't know if y'all can see that well. Oh, look. And then his tie turned brown because it's getting messed up by that mic. Let's watch and see if it turns back blue. Oh, look. Look at his shirt. It's blue. It's messing up. Because AI will always mess up. Oh, look. We lost the lapel now. Now it's gone. Okay. So we lost the lapel. The mic. Let's see. Does it turn blue again?
Many of whom killed more than one person. We had transgender for everybody, men and women sports, crime.
See how it's messing up with Mike?
And the whole.
Oh my God. Did y'all notice that? Like if you go, if you go here, at this little circle part, if you watch it, it gets really fuzzy. See how fuzzy it gets?
11,888 murders, many of whom killed more than one person. We had
Here we go talking about transgender, your favorite kind of people. Or maybe he just likes them straight.
Gender for everybody.
Just kids. Okay. And now he looks fat. When in his other one he looks thinner. And his other one he looks more haggard. And in the other one his face is tight, like he got a facelift. This is AI, people.
Men and women sports.
Notice his voice does not change.
And the whole world was laughing at us.
But when you watch his mouth, it's never as sharp as the rest of it's supposed to be. We're not going to watch this whole thing, obviously, because I hate looking at him. I think he's the least attractive person in the world, and I'm pissed off at people who think he's charismatic. I don't know who's charismatic who smells like a shit stain, but for some reason, people like him.
But not anymore.
Oh, that was right on cue. I'll take that. And we're going to leave it at that because, like, it doesn't get any better than that. It doesn't get any better than that. Because not anymore. All right. I don't know where the glitch was. I'll have to look at the TikTok video to find the transcript so that I can come back and watch the original and see if I can catch the glitch. But anyway, it's AI. It's monotonous. It is a series of videos put together. That's why his head goes from left to right, cock head, not cock head, like whatever. This is not a real person. This is not a real video.
2 years ago,
and you just hear him. He's so dry. Except the mouth isn't. What's really funny is the fact that they have to prompt him to be this bad. They have to prompt him where he drools. They have to prompt him where he is sucking in breath through his teeth. It is hilarious that they have to prompt him to be dementia. And then everybody's like, oh my God, look at him. He's such the dementia. And I'm like, oh my God, look at you. You're so stupid. You don't know a real person versus a not. See, look at this. Why is that the color of the of the curtain? Do you see that? We have this turning brown, like this curtain. Those are two different colors, babes. Anyway, the guy is not here. And that's all I'm going to say about that. He's not here. He doesn't exist on this side of the earth plane. He's not here. We have been gaslit since September. And honestly, before that. Oh, look. Wait, before we leave, they just dropped down a little bit to show me the rest of the podium. Come on. Look at the podium. Look what happened. No definition. Can't read the words. No e pluribus unum there. Look at that. He's so smeary with that. So the wings are smeared, the words are missing, this little clumpy thing is not right, the stars are not even in uniform. So they got the words right this time. Well, almost. What happened to that? Look what happened. Look at that star. The stars are not separate. They are now bleeding into each other. Y'all see that? That's what I'm saying. AI can't be consistent the entire time. Look at this. These stars are touching. There's a string in the stars. This E is messed up now because they've lost the sharpness to the E. So it's now bleeding. You see, these stars should be uniform. They should be exactly the same all the way around. Look at any of the older presidential seals from like real presidents, not this thing. Look at this. The P is bleeding right there. So now that's bleeding. AI drifts all the time. So this is no longer sharp. This is no longer legible. These are no longer different. These are no longer uniform. In fact, it gets extremely sloppy and the letters mess up. This is AI once again, people. This is not a real man. And it hasn't been for a very long time. Anyway, so now, if you're going to watch this speech, read it. Actually, read the transcript because somebody took the time to have Claude or Grok or whoever generate this speech. And so you have to actually listen to what's in it because it was on purpose versus, somebody speaking. And if you notice, he doesn't go off cuff. He doesn't do his stupid stuff. Even when he's doing the little, that's not something he normally did before. Like, y'all have to start realizing this man doesn't act like he did before. And it's not because of dementia. It's because he's not here. And we're going to end it at that. So now, when you look at everything that has happened since September, everything that has happened since September, and I'm not talking about after Charlie, I'm talking about BC, before Charlie, because honestly, it was late August. Well, honestly, it was July. But since September, since oh my God, where is he? We haven't seen him in a week. And then they came back with that conference that was the first really, well, I won't say first big lie because Butler was the first one. But the devil is not real. Look, you're scared of a shadow, and it's somebody making it with their fingers. The devil's not real. We're being ruled by AI. This is crazy. This is so crazy. Because it's so crazy. We haven't seen him since minimum September. Minimum. Because I think they mixed it in and out all year, to be honest. But minimum, we haven't seen him since September. So, if you look at all the stuff that's happened since September, what did happen? The Charlie plot happened. What did happen? The Quantico, let me see if I can get all these generals on my side thing happened. And that's so funny because I think they had a body double for that one. What did happen? The East Wing happened. That's October. What did happen? The false thing with the two National Guards thing happened. I'm not saying they didn't die or she didn't die. I'm saying it wasn't what they said it was. Nothing was what they said it was. What did happen? That was November. December, we had nuclear fission professors disappear. And a mass thing on Brown's grounds, but in a certain department, which is so weird to go to during a final exam. What did happen? January happened. Now, mind you, from September through January, we had fake fisher boats. Were they fake? Absolutely. That happened. Then January hits. We have Mad Dog. Now you can see how scrambled everything is. We have Mad Dog. We have Minnesota. We have the Greenland shit. How are you talking about Mad Dog, Greenland, Cuba? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's too scattered at this point, and it's not because of him. It's because we have too many cooks in the kitchen. You know who kept coming over here from the moment this man left the earth? Because I had the dream of when that happened in December. From that point forward, we have 3 visits from a certain guy who disappeared the first week of March because he got his white whale. We haven't seen this guy since September. And he left this earth in December. And if you look at everything, it's so scattered. And everybody has their own agenda. Everybody's trying to get something done. And it is so, so scattered. You don't have any moment outside of that, what that thing was called? State of the Union crap that they were trying not to do. You don't have any moment outside of that you ever see him with someone from the Democratic Party. I've never seen a president do that before, ever. These people do not set eyes on him at all. At all. And the only Democrats I could trust did not even go to the State of the Union. And I've already proven the State of the Union video that we were shown. I don't know what they actually went through, but what we were shown was AI too. Then you have, we're not done. So we get visited by Bitty Bitty Bop Bop from the Blue Star 3 times. 3 times. And if you also notice, we had a visit from Zell, from the Sunflower. We had a visit from him in December. In December, he came to see if his intelligence was correct. And his intelligence was very much correct. Zell realized in December, and he came after the death. Zell realized in December that man was gone. He just popped up. He had no planned visit. He just popped up. And then right after him, Bitty Bitty Bop Bop pops up. Okay. So then you have, where we at? Mad Dog in January. You have 2 visits of Narco and Bitty Bitty Bop Bop in February. And then the end of February, all of a sudden, we're in a global skirmish. That happened while at the same time we're doing whatever we're doing to Cuba, while at the same time we're threatening Trinidad and Tobago, while at the same time we're still messing with Greenland, while at the same time, having to deal with the whole Strait thing, while at the same time trying to sell protected land so that these gas companies and these mineral companies have somewhere else they can. Anyway, that's March. April, we have that fake dinner thing. May, we have the fake McDonald's thing. June, like, does this look like a man who's really alive? No, it's a whole bunch of people in the kitchen. Meanwhile, March, we lose a high ranking person in DNI, in national intelligence. We lose the crypto czar. Nobody mentioned that he was gone. We had to figure that out when we were doing research. March, that guy leaves. April, we lose Christy, and somebody else quietly left. I forgot who. Oh, and Blondie. Was she in April or was she May? Then you also have Tulsi leaving in June. All female, by the way. All the most incompetent men are still there. And James Blair, who was over the influencers, he steps down mysteriously just a week or two before the dinner thing happens. And when the dinner thing happens, Blair, who Ashley has shared, is the person who is running these influencer things of here, we're all saying this. That's his job. So 2 weeks before it happens, he's the one who gets let go, because we need him on the trail. What trail? You're not running. Anyway, so so James got a job to do. He does it. Meanwhile, May happens. All of a sudden, this guy's dead because he's darker. What else happened in May? Never mind. Every weekend, on, off, on, off. We're negotiating, we're not. We're negotiating, we're not. So we are market manipulating the entire time. Meanwhile, where do we get to? June is the G7, where we get this MOU. But in May and in June, and now in July, we've been trying to get the blue country to be merged with our military, including our systems. And let's not forget, in June, or was it late May, Peter Cottontail runs his ass to Argentina. Why did he go to Argentina? Because he's setting up shop for people who's coming to Argentina. And what else is going on? So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you pay attention, and then we have number 2, and then whatever number Narco is. What is he, number 4, number 5? Why are they fighting over who's going to be the next person when we already have a succession plan? And they're obviously fighting over who's going to be the next person. And Narco, who's our Secretary of State, who's supposed to be doing all this international diplomacy stuff, is sending, under the guise of T-Rump, is sending Narco to, Shady, to do a job he's not qualified for. Oh, wait, I forgot. June, we had that bullshit on the lawn. July, they're talking about some damn racing and some Hunger Games. Does this seem like a person who is alive? Or does it seem like a whole bunch of cooks in the kitchen? Everybody trying to get theirs. He's not alive. He's not real. He's not there. But I will tell you, ain't shit going according to plan. It's a complete F up. Look. The dude is gone. He died too early, just like Lindsay. Just like Lindsay. And trust me, we're going to learn it. We're going to learn it. We're going to learn it. It's weird how nobody's paying attention. Nobody's paying attention. And if you say something to AI, no, it's not. It's compression of video. Dude, you act like this is our first year on social media. We've seen videos and pictures for the last 20 years on social media. We've had shitty cameras. We've had amazing cameras. These people in the Pennsylvania Avenue should have very good cameras, but for some reason they don't. Meanwhile, you also get MTG, I forgot, quitting at the top of January, and she's acting like it was just about the damn files. However, she didn't see this man. She only got a phone call. But I thought he was her bestie. She hadn't seen this man in a while, matter of fact. There are a couple of people they kept away from not knowing. Oh, then they released in November the I don't care, MTG, she's a bitch, or whatever the video, the audio is, after they planted music. And people are like, oh my God, AI can't make music. Meanwhile, we're listening to AI songs. But people swear it must have been a real phone call because there was music in the background. America has no critical thinking skills. As a teacher, I am so triggered. Anyway, like the time is now. Like literally, that's the word on here. The time is now. You need to be protesting now. You need to be standing up now. You need to be calling this bullshit out now. But instead, we're waiting for them to get ready. They put columns up to block the rest of their building that they're not supposed to be building. Because they're going to block themselves in there. That man is gone. Why do you think they're doing all this immemorial stuff? They want the arch. And notice, the arch shit came after he got sick in Mar-a-Lago. There was an emergency ambulance in July. The internet got scrubbed of that, but I saw it. All of a sudden, we want money. We want an arch. We want everything with his name on it. We want an account. You didn't want an account. You know, it's wild. This is what you do when somebody's dead. We just named an airport after him. And I say we. An airport. Nobody asked for it. The city didn't ask for it. Just somebody decided, hey, we're going to name it after him. This is stuff you do when people are dead. 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 A lot of song and dance and lies. Look at the hidden agenda. Like, it's time for us to, like, wake the F up and do something different. It just is. But anyway, that's that's it for my rant. Queen of Pentacles. Exactly. We got to pull the pieces together. If you look at it, it's just a whole bunch of disjointed stuff put together. None of this, like, this, he didn't do this in 1.0. And for people to be like, oh yeah, that's him, he's doing it. This is not what he did in 1.0. This is not what he did in 1.0. It's not even what he did in the first couple of months of last year. That whole Liberation Day stuff, like, yeah, that was him. But after that, that man was gone by July. Like, incapacitated, sick, not really doing anything. Other people taking over. They kept hoping he would come back, and he didn't. He was 79 years old when he was getting that medicine. Guess what? That was after June of last year. I had a remote viewing of him getting medicine in October, where they said the medicine is no longer working. He has a few weeks at most. And guess what? That remote viewing was in October. That dream of his death was December 7th. And everything after December 7th has been all hell breaking loose. Look at everybody who like suddenly is in the White House now. His kids are in the White House now. His granddaughter is in the White House now. Cush is more viewable now. everybody is more seen because he's not here. It's covering tracks. It's covering tracks. That secret's going to get out because it's too much for people. Anyway, I don't think there was anything else for me to read on today. I think there was, but I can't remember. Just know that it's all a psyop. It is all a psyop. The man's gone. That one they're supposed to be telling us that he's gone with, they're not doing that. They're doing something else. So we have secrets, we have manipulation, and we have false messaging, and we have people holding on to what they need to walk away from. And we have people who want to be emperors. We have AI, we have false victories, or actually, no, these are defeats. We have foreign interference, and we have people being stuck, and we are closer and closer to signing this deal with the devil, and we will deal with that judgment. We will have to deal with that judgment if we do not put an end to this already. Because they're talking about making every single person who is not them an enemy of the world. They have to hurry up. Anyway, so what are the chances? God damn. Them, but this will happen. I'm telling you, this is going to get out. The fake VOTESs is going to get out. Here's the thing. They just effed up with this thing that they're doing. That's what happened. They messed up with what they're doing with the Georgia thing. They messed up. It's a mistake. And now things are going to be scrutinized in a way that people just accepted at first. You know, like people are like, well, it's been certified, so just let it go. But now we're talking about something 6 years ago. So that means that 2025, January 6th, 2025, no longer means anything. No longer means anything. We come right back to the VOTESs and the certification of such. We are now looking at it. We're scrutinizing it. And it's not really the value that we said it was. Will we get there? So let's end there. Let's see if what's a good deck to do it with. Okay, thank you. We're gonna use the Light Seers really quickly. That way we end up on a positive note, more positive note. Where's my villain deck? Oh, we're going to use the Light Seers. I want to know, where are we? Where are we in the story? Are we in the beginning or are we in the middle? Or are we near the end? And by beginning, I mean, like, are we at the beginning of fascism? Or are we in the middle of disrupting the takeover? Or are we at the end and about to become our own heroes? Where are we in the story? So we're going to use the Light Seers. Hey, Bree! Girl, I'm getting off now. Ay, ay, ay. I'm going to do one last reading to see where we are in the story. I had that as a question last week, but I never got around to it because this Nolan stuff like really threw me. Oh, Clays or Light Seers? 'Cause I don't know where Light Seers is. Clays or Light Seers? Oh. Light Seers it is. Okay. Where are we in the story? That's what I want to know. Where are we in this story? Are we at the beginning of, and it's so funny because you get people who be like, oh, we're cooked. I'd be like, shut up. You're cooked. I'm not we. I don't speak French. Well, I do, but I don't speak it well. We're cooked. How do you say you're cooked at the beginning? I don't understand. You're cooked. Dude, shut up. We're not even in the full mesh of surveillance yet. And you're over here, we're cooked. Like, shut up. We're not cooked. I mean, you might be, but I'm not. Let's see. Where are we in the story? I want to do a quick ding. Boop, boop, boop. Sorry, I had to get the we're cooked energy out of me. Because that shit pisses me off. It's like, you just lay down. You just lay down. These people don't even have a foothold yet, and you're just going to lay down? Where are we in the story? Whew, okay, not bad. This is a 9 of Cups. This is a wish card. This is a wish card. But I will say we are feeling kind of burnt out, though. That's a 10 of Wands. But don't worry about a thing. Okay, here we go. I was worried about that first card because that's foundation. Foundation is the wish. We're not drowning. It may seem like it, but we got to switch perspectives. Okay, where are we in this story? That's good. That's a great beginning. Where are we in this story? Okay. I just said that like earlier today. I was talking about like how it's slippery energy right now. It's like, but a lot of people are like timeline jumping, and it feels like a rollout. What's really interesting is this is right on money. Where are we right now? We are in the discovery of, or the midst of, a stolen thing and some really nasty bitches. Like, I think we call them the ollies. But basically, it's all a sellout for cannibalistic capitalism. Okay? Yeah, slippery is the only way I can think of it because it's like 1 minute it's like, oh, I feel good. And the next minute it's like, oh my God. You know, it's like they're putting surveillance on license plates. Oh my God. They're putting technology in food so that when you eat it, you're tracked or whatever. It's just like, what? Like, you have to remember, for every crazy MFer out there, there's something crazier, but in a better way. Okay? Oh, see? You gotta refuse it. You gotta refuse the shit. Okay? That's where we are in this story. We have got to stop saying, we're cooked. Okay? You over here refusing to look at the rainbow. Like, you're like, no. I see nothing over here. What are you talking about? There's colors. I just see green. And we're like, but the rainbow's out. No, it's not. Turn your fucking head. Like, change your perspective. Okay? Otherwise, you're going to be drab and boring and just seeing a colorless world. You're going to be so overwhelmed by all the evil. Because, trust me, I have moments of it, but I only allow moments. And a moment could be a day. It could be 2 days. But at the end of that, I'm like, look here, God, you better do something. Because you didn't save my life for me to come here and have to deal with these crazy ass people. Because if this was your plan, I need to see the rest of the blueprint because I'm not with this discovery shit. I need to read the ending first. Okay? So, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, fine. Shit. What is it? In the past, we were growing to be more progressive. We were starting to come closer to each other. We were starting to try to learn each other. I mean, listen, even with all the pronoun stuff can be overwhelming, it was still like, listen, I'm trying to learn. Give me time to learn. I'm trying to learn, okay? So it's like we were inching, we were getting there. We actually had a community and all that kind of stuff. Um, like women were getting their freedom and starting to feel themselves. You know, so things were going in a pretty good direction in the past. But this was peaking out, so I have to go here. Queen of Pentacles, though. We forgot to take care of ourselves and our communities. All right, so current energy, though, of where we are in this story. Where are we in this story? Because every little thing is going to be all right now. Listen, I got Bob Marley. It's coming to me. So that's a song that the Spirit's giving me to give to you. Don't worry about a thing. Because every little thing is going to be all right now. I dropped this, so I'm not going to count it. I was the one that dropped that. Because these are big. These are big. Hold on. I know somebody was like, don't bridge shuffle. Listen, I get tired of doing this. I like to make sure it's mixed well first, and then I turn it upside down because I do read reversals. So I like to do that. And then I go back to that. And there we go. Current energy is, yes, we are stressed the F out. Okay. But the foundation's still good. The Nine of Cups was there. So we are stressed. One, we're attacked all the time by the wrong messaging. And two, we're not listening to the right ones. Okay? So we're listening to the one that's in our ear. There's like, we can call that social media. Because that's the algorithm. But in the back, this guy is free. In the back, he's closer to his spirit. In the back, he has 4 guidance. They're not attacking him. They're not in his ear. They're leading the way. So, again, change your perspective. Turn your ass around so you can look the other way. Okay? So, our current energy, it's conflict. It just is. And we're not fully in our spiritual right now. Some of us are getting there, but we're not exactly letting go and being there. So the Queen of Cups is in reverse. We have not surrendered. Like, we just haven't. A lot of us just really haven't. We think we have, but we haven't totally given over. And then this also means releasing the judgment, releasing the doubt, releasing the guilt, releasing the shoulda, woulda, couldas, releasing the we're cooked, releasing the negativity, and giving it over to trusting the process. There is a process here. As long as you have breath, you have purpose. This is a thing to remember. And I don't think our purpose is just to die. Our purpose is not just to be led by these crazy ass people. Okay? I will say that this is about personal transformation. The energy that is riding over all of this is, again, swords. So again, it's in our thoughts, right? The thing that is against us so far seems to be the money, the value, the riches, etc. The things that we want and that we wish we had is the emotional stuff, the cups, the water. We want to flow. We want to move how we need to move. The thing that is plaguing us is our mind. But I will tell you, with this being the program in the back, the Six of Swords, we're having to let go. Like, we're learning to stop trying to control every damn thing because, first of all, we don't really know where we're going. We can set a chart, a course to go somewhere, but our plan is never great enough. Hell, our belief in ourselves is never big enough. We've got to learn how to let go and to trust and to follow guidance. They got us. We're not going to drown if we trust, if we stop trying to be the people trying to make shit happen. You can't make shit happen. Okay? And get out of the fight. Stop responding to every damn body. Some of these people on these apps, most of these people on these apps are trolls or bots. Or just miserable. Okay? Don't give them the attention they're looking for. Their mama didn't do it. You don't have to. Release yourself. Okay, so what are we learning here? What are we learning? Because every little thing's gonna be all right now. Oh, I'm for it. Oh, I'm for it. Oh, I'm for it. Listen, the energy of the card, and I'm going to show you the card that hit the table, but the energy is, again, being in your intuition bag, trusting your spiritual self, trusting you knew what you were doing when you said, all right, sit me down. What a lesson. Okay? So we are here for a reason, and we have to trust in that reason. Whatever that reason is, we got to let go, let God, let the universe, whatever you want to put in there, and be like, I trust you. Just guide me and I'll get it done. Okay? And celebrate it. And you don't celebrate by yourself. You get quiet by yourself, you commune by yourself, but then you create the energy that will keep us going. Laughter, dance, fun, release. That's what's necessary and that's what's needed, right? So this is the energy underneath, but the energy that hit the table, y'all. The thing for us to learn is that it's going to take time. But if we give it that time, if we give it the nourishment, if we give it our attention, it's going to grow and it's going to be successful. But you got to trust yourself. You got to trust why you're here. And you have to celebrate as if it's already done. Okay? That's the lesson to be learned. That's the impact. So what is the outcome? Jesus, let the outcome be good too. Oh, when I say let it be good, you know what I'm talking about. Let it be good. First of all, this heifer ain't go nowhere. So this is definitely about being in our spirituality bag. This is the energy underneath. Oh, the other energy. Now this feels good though. This one doesn't feel like a bad one. This is, don't let them tempt you off your path. Because what's waiting for you? Listen. Yes, financial success and money or whatever, cool. But the other things that mean success for you. Because the Ace of Pentacles is success. This is telling you the seed you plant will bloom into more than one seed. This is multiplication here. This is exponential here. This is wisdom. This is, the world is yours. But you gotta plant the seed. The seed of positivity, the seed of purpose, the seed of dreams, the seed of intention, the seed of trust. You've got to plant the seed because it is waiting to bloom. This is the outcome. That's right, Bree. Abundance over the scarcity mindset. You got one, but it's going to grow into many. You have to give it the time. And you have to give it the trust that it is going to be all right. Now, here's the difference. I want you to see this real quick. Remember, these are our challenge cards. These are the Brolies and all them. But notice what his pentacle's not doing. His pentacle doesn't have growth. This junk is just sitting on his lap. He's hoarding it. He has a wolf protecting it, whatever. But our money, our seeds grow and feed the community. They're not singular. They have roots, they have shoots, and they have long life ahead of them. Okay? So, every single card just about had the intuition here. This is what you got to lean into. You have to lean into your prayer, your meditation, your energy of just listening, of just being, of closing the apps, of putting down the phone, of taking 5 minutes to be grateful. Write down 3 things that you're grateful for and let it grow every day. And it can be as simple as I'm grateful I woke up. It, but it will grow into other things. Okay? You got to live in gratitude. You have to live in expectation. You can't be saying we're cooked. Because I am nobody's meal. I'll tell you that. No, sir. No, ma'am. I'm not with the cannibals, but I am about community. And that's the difference between us and them. You can be a billionaire and create community that raises other leaders and takes care of the community. Or you can be a billionaire and be a cannibal. I'll just say a cannibal. Okay? Community over cannibalism. But you don't build community while being broke. Like you have to understand. I like the way that this is different. That was a king, but we're the ace. This is somebody who's trying to be the only person of importance, but the ace was about to feed the community. So they're cannibals. We're community oriented. And that is the difference. Look at this. Release, celebrate, be in your spiritual bag, and understand that if they're ramping up what they're doing, it's because they're the ones who are scared. They're the ones who know they're running out of time. And if they're feeling that way, that means shit's happening for us. If you don't believe me, go back to the beginning of this reading when we were talking about Todd and his confirmation and trying to figure out why the hell Georgia was so important. And all of a sudden, we saw a linebacker of events coming into play. Shocked the hell out of me, but hey, I like it. Live in expectation. I didn't survive to go through this, for this to be all there is. No. All right, y'all. So we're going to call it a day. But before we do, hold on, let me tell you what this is. Okay. So, because this fell out, so I'm going to give it to you. This Two of Wands, get out your comfort zone. Leave behind your misery. Stop just looking about doing something and being somewhere and being somebody, and actually take the steps towards it. And divorce yourself from your toxic relationship with fear, with doubt, with dependency, with guilt, with regret, with anything that makes you feel small. The world is yours to explore. Get out there. And what I love is we go from a 2 to a king, where his wand is now a torch. That is leadership. That is entrepreneurship. So that means risk taking, but within means, of course. And that is being someone who is showing somebody else the way. All right? So we all have something we can share with other people. I think it's time that we do that. And I want to say this because this last card I saw was the 8 of Cups. Stop walking away from your purpose. Stop saying later. Stop saying when I. Stop walking away from it. And every step you take towards it makes it clearer and clearer and clearer. And that's where I'll leave you. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Oh, Jen. I know, I got on here way too late for you guys. But I have been on here for almost 4 hours. So I'm going to get off. Love y'all. Definitely watch the replay, guys. A lot of these replays, they are fairly timely still. So if you go on my live tab, you can watch the replays. If you want to talk to us, be part of the community. Most of my community was asleep today. But if you want to be part of the community, you got to be a subscriber. So hit that button I try to weed people out because we get some really disgusting comments because people think the devil heals people, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, we get a lot of disgusting comments when I leave it open. So you got to be a subscriber. You have to be one for at least 20 minutes. So go ahead and hit that button, hit that like, hit the bell for the notifications. And if you would actually like your own reading, go into the description and check that out too. Maybe we can have a conversation. I love talking to people, especially when they can talk back. All right. Until next time.